think Joe Beaver and the whole staff does just a tremendous job of game planning and seeing openings, seeing flaws in somebody's scheme. You know, Coach Jackson coaches our field goal block unit, and they saw that here's where we needed to pick on them, and we blocked 2 kicks in that day. And so that wasn't haphazard. It wasn't just one guy doing a superhuman thing. It was a guy doing exactly what he was coached to do during the week, and it resulted in a huge play. And that's another belief that we've got to have, you know, that our guys need to understand if they do their job exactly as they're coached to do it, then good things happen. You don't have to do something outside the scheme. You don't have to be a superhero. You just have to do exactly what you're coached to do, and things go your way. And that was a great example of that.
An example of that also, the defense in the second half. You had a great performance from Denzel Billy, who winds up being the defensive player of the week in the conference. He had 11 tackles just in the second half alone, but you stop an option game, that's pretty much a whole team effort to get that plugged up. He's just the one that happened to be there for the stops, but it seemed like that it seemed like you were kind of getting a lot what you wanted from the outset, the way the second half played out.
Yeah, the second half, we made a couple little adjustments, but those didn't probably play as big of a role as just our guys learning how to play the option better. You know, you can replicate that as a scout team during the week, but it's just different. It's a different speed, it's a different level of control with that ball that a scout team does compared to your opponent. And that first half, we just couldn't keep up with that option game. They're too good at it. They're the 4th best rushing team in the country for a reason, because they've been doing that to everybody. And at halftime, we just kind of settled our guys down, reviewed what they're seeing, made sure that they were going to be decisive in the second half and not unsure of themselves. And they played the second half much more sure of themselves and did a tremendous job of shutting them out. And very proud of that effort in the second half by our defense.
See another solid offense today. Avila comes in with a good running attack. They don't throw for a lot of yards, but they've got a pretty good wide receiver who's got a bunch of catches. You're going to see a pretty sound offense today, aren't you?
Yeah, they're very difficult to plan for because they are so multiple. They'll do everything. They trick plays. They go empty a lot of the day in an empty backfield set, but they can load up and be bigger against you as well. They've got a big, strong back. They have the receiver Davion, who's leading our league in catches, and they do a lot of. It's almost an extension of their run game. You know, they'll throw a lot of screens to him, a lot of short passes to him, and let him be an athlete. And he's tremendous at that. I mean, they're a really great operation on offense, and they're scary because of that. You know, you just can't load up on any one aspect of their game because they can do it all.
Tough deal, too, coming back from the last year. I know you have a lot of respect for this opponent, partly because of how last year's game went. They just kind of came out and clicked on. They looked like an outstanding team last year, and I know that they've shown some good things this year. The record may not show it, but there's a lot of talent on this roster.
Yeah, they do a great job. I'm really impressed with their head coach, Coach Berna. You know, we have an Evangel grad on their staff in David Flores, and he's one of our guys. He GA'd for us the first year I was here, and just a tremendous guy. And he's been on their staff now the last 2 years, and just keeping communication with him, I see what a great job they're doing. I think Coach Berna does a tremendous job. He's a Lindenwood guy. He was at Lindenwood when they were winning their championships and doing a great job. So he's learned how to win over the years, and I really am impressed with just how hardworking he is and his staff is, and it's going to be a huge challenge. They're a very balanced team. I don't really care what their record is. They're as scary of a team as we've faced, and it's going to be a huge challenge for our team.
They put 4 people up defensively on their defensive line. You know, it's hard to gauge a team's defense just by looking at stats and scores because this conference has so many prolific offenses in it. You see somebody give up 40 and it looks bad, but that's not maybe an indication of what they're like defensively. But what do you like from the Eagles and what you see as you prepare for this game and what they do on the defensive side of the ball?
Well, I think that they're very sound on defense. They have some good-looking kids for sure. You know, there are always holes in defenses, and I'm a defensive guy, and I can tell you that from experience. You know, everything you run on defense has a weakness somewhere, and I think that Joe Beaver and our offensive staff, Coach Blake, do a tremendous job of exploiting the weaknesses. And I know we have a good plan for these guys. I don't really care how talented they are. They have talent, but I don't think that their skill guys can match up with our skill guys on offense. And I really expect we'll be able to move the ball on them like we have everybody else. That's not to be arrogant or overconfident. I know that our plan is very good. Still, guys have to make plays, and if we drop the ball, then those plays are we're going to lose the game. But we've got to make plays when those opportunities come. I think we'll put our guys in position to do so, and it should be a kind of game where we score enough to come out on top.
Head coach Brenton Elam talking with us as Evangel gets set to take on the Avila Eagles. Heard a couple of keys there as Evangel needing to avoid the turnovers and have a good game today, and they'll have the ball to start the afternoon. Avila kicking off, and we're underway. Opening kickoff returned by Jesse Vaughn, near side 20 at the 25, and knocked out of bounds to the near sideline of the 34-yard line, returning it from his one. And the Crusaders on a picture-perfect fall day here in mid-October will have the ball at their own 34 to start the afternoon. Andrew Brimhall starts for Evangel at quarterback today. Tommy Meyer at running back. Offensive line of Keith Wright at center. Derek Harris and Bo Mabe start on the left side. Colin McCage listed as a starter in the right guard along with Tyler Preffett, as Evangel will run their first play from scrimmage of the afternoon. Great to have you with us on the Crusaders Sports Network here today. Brimhall to the air, completes a pass to Sean Hebert at the 40, and he's spun down there on a gain of 6 on Evangel's first offensive play of the afternoon. Evangel's receiving core has Vaughn at a wide out with Sean Hebert, Mitch McHenry at a wide receiver, maybe some, but maybe quarterback if needed too, because the Crusaders have lost Garrett Swan for today with an injury. On 2nd down and 4, handoff, Tommy Meyer right side, a big hole across the 45-50, at the 40 in a foot race, he's at the 25-20, 15, caught from behind, but gets into the end zone, touchdown Crusaders! What a run by Tommy Meyer as Wes he goes the distance for the score.
Once again, we see the Crusaders strike early, and Tommy Meyer running hard up the middle, getting contacted about 5-10 yards outside of the end zone, but he drags the defender in for the touchdown. And that's what Evangel needs to do, is get on the board early and put this Eagle defense on their heels. 2
plays and a TD, a 60-yard run by Tommy Meyer. His 7th rushing touchdown of the season. Last week he topped 2,000 yards in his career, 7th player in Evangel school history to get to that total. And starts the day with a 60 on his first carry. Now the extra point from Drew O'Kane, who's also in the Evangel record books in several categories as a kicker. Looks to make it 7-0. There's the snap, the hold, and a line drive kick that is good from O'Kane. We haven't played a minute, haven't even played 45 seconds, and it's 7-0 Evangel out of the gate. Timeout on the field, and we're back to JFK Stadium after this.
Good grief.
Come on, boy. Come on. What do you got there, Yogi? Huh? What have you found? What do you got, little fella? Drop it. Looks like someone's butt. Man, they probably lost it playing with their kids. Hey, leave it. Come on. Come on.
Back at JFK Stadium, Evangel kicking off after their touchdown, and Avila will return it from a yard deep in their own end zone. Gets a handoff right side on sort of a reverse, but they had him kind of pinned back. Davion Sullivan winds up being tackled at his own 14 or 15-yard line. Well, Evangel's had some quick starts, Wes, and this one, just when you think they can't really start the game any faster with a score, they do it again today. And a 2-play drive that results in a touchdown and a 59-yard run officially from Tommy Meyer.
Typical Evangel offense right there, striking early. This time a little bit different than in games past where we do it from the run game with Tommy Meyer, but a great start to the game.
If that can give the defense a boost as the Avila offense on the field, their first down play, an option play near side. They get a pitch to the 10, coming near side 20, And getting knocked out of bounds at around the 28-yard line is Harley Kreisman, their running back, who averages 68 yards a game, 7 touchdowns, 4th most in the conference, and gave them a nice pickup and about a 14 or 15-yard gain in their first play from scrimmage.
You know, in their 2 wins, they had a combined point total of 102, so this is an offense that can put up big numbers, so it'll be important for Evangel to shut them down early.
1st and 10 Avila at their own 29-yard line. Jake Hicks, their quarterback, is at a shotgun. He's going to hand it off, run the middle, big hole. They get to the 35, coming near side 36. And dragged down there is Kreisman at around his own 38-yard line, but another gain of about 8 or 9 on the play from the Avila Eagles as they trail early. 7-0, gain of 9 for Kreisman.
Denzel Billy on the tackle. Denzel coming off a big week last week against Peru State. Look for him to be a key player in today's game.
Conference Player of the Week on defense was Billy. 17 tackles, including 11 in the second half alone, which was huge as Evangel shut out Peru State in the second half a week ago. 2nd and 1 for Avila. Back to throw. Hicks got a couple of men in his face, fires a pass far side that's knocked away incomplete. Good pass rush by Evangel that time, and Hicks never really had time to set up. Had to backpedal quickly and tried to dump it off to his running back in Kreisman, and it goes incomplete. 3rd and 1 coming up for Avila.
One thing you saw last week defensively from the Crusaders was the ability to make adjustments in the second half and learn from the first half. And this Avila offense is good, but I think it's important to learn early and figure out what they're doing.
4 wide receivers this time for the Eagles. A man in motion to the far side on 3rd and 1. They give it straight up the middle. Kreisman stacked up. It's going to depend on the spot. He got progress to the 39, and that may be enough. But only a yard in the carry. Wow, they're going to give him to the 40. So that's a first down.
Generous spot.
No doubt about it where they spotted it from. I thought, well, it'll depend on how much of the 39 past that they give him. They give him a full extra yard. So it's 1st and 10 Eagles on a gain of what turns out to be 2. Eagles in road white jerseys, white pants, purple helmets. They go from our left to our right in this opening quarter. Evangel leading early, 7-0. They're going to put an extra man in the backfield now and line up a tight end to the near side as Hicks out of the pistol formation, hands off on a draw. And they get to the 42 before that's stopped as Evangel plugs up the hole nicely.
Denzel Billy again able to meet their offense just beyond the line of scrimmage. Also on that play was L.C. Kaiser.
A gain of 2. And it's going to be 2nd and 8 for Avila. Boy, they do show you a lot of different looks. They scramble a lot of people in motion. Send 2 men out wide left. Again, out of the pistol formation. Now they'll send 2 men wide near side as Hicks waits for the snap and gets it. Pumps fakes. Now he's got to tuck it under, and he's tripped up and taken down, getting back only to his 40. Jamail Randall came out and flushed the quarterback out of the pocket. Then he got tripped up in the backfield and goes down. It's a loss of 2.
Defensively, we were really reading what they were doing. Just moving around a lot. Tabor was on the front, then he moved to the back, and Randall just did a nice job of reading the play and going low and bringing him down.
3rd and 10, and an empty backfield for the Eagles. They go 4 wide receivers to the left, 1 wide out near side. Now Hicks puts a man in motion out of the slot in the backfield. They fake a handoff to him. He looks to throw, fires it out in the flat, and throws it behind his man incomplete. That may be a forward pass. It might be a lateral. It's kind of hard to tell, but we're going to mark it down, I think, for an incompletion. 4th and 10 anyway, and it's a punting down. That is going to be a loss of yards. They say he threw it out of bounds. So a loss of 5 on the play, maybe 6, and the Eagles will punt. 11:02 to go here in the opening quarter.
It's kind of a different feeling for the Crusaders to have their punt return team on the field so early in the game. Once again, that's what we need to see here in this first half.
And a low snap. Picking it up is Gilday. He's hit. Ball pops free, and Evangel scoops it up. They're going to score. Into the end zone goes Evangel. Running it in for the Crusaders, Zach Reed, as the Crusaders were all over Tim Gilday, the punter, as he got a low snap to him and never had a chance, Wes.
Well, he fielded it off the turf, but We just sent too many guys. Stephen Williams and Zach Reed were there to clean it up, and Zach Reed takes it in for a touchdown. And once again, we see how important special team play is.
A week ago, Steven Swillem ran back a blocked field goal try for the touchdown. Zach Reed gets it today on a punt that was missed by Avila. Here's the snap back for the Drew Kane extra point, and it's good. And Evangel extends the lead to 14-0 with 10:55 to go in the opening quarter. 2 quick TDs by the Crusaders. And with a timeout on the field, we're back in a moment. Okay.
Come on, boy. Come on. What do you got there, Yogi? Huh? What have you found? What do you got, little fella? Drop it. Looks like someone's butt. Man, I probably lost it playing with their kids. Hey, leave it. Come on. Come on.
A bunch of maroon jerseys that had him surrounded and swarmed.
Well, he cocked back his foot as he dropped the ball, but we were just right there and able to return and able to strike early within the first 4 minutes of the game.
Kickoff from Evangel. It was 2 yards deep in the end zone. Avila will bring it out. They fake a handoff this time and have an open field near side to the 20, at the 25-30, to the 35, and then finally the Crusaders get a stop as the Eagles will return it to their own 40-yard line as Robert Johnson taken down to that point. And the Eagles offense comes back to the field, now trailing by 2 TDs.
Well, you like to see Evangel get on top early, but still you have a lot of football left to play, so got to keep that high energy, high momentum sustained throughout the first half and then on into the second half.
And again, Avila can put some points on the board. Again, they scored 67 last week. There's some movement up front. Flags fly as a pass comes near side, thrown behind the intended receiver, Paris Walcott. A Crusader jumped across. We'll see if he was drawn off.
It looked like Preston Henry on the front just got a little anxious there.
Offsides on Evangel. 5-yard penalty, so still 1st and 5 for Avila. Eagles will reset on their own 45-yard line. Really, Avila in a position, Wes, where they may need to answer quickly here and get on the board or find a way to do it pretty quick.
Well, you have to, or it becomes a very long day for your offense and especially for your defense. So they're going to need to try to strike here soon.
Here's a handoff coming near side for the Eagles. That's bottled up, and the Crusaders are going to take down the back for a loss of a handful of yards. They got a handoff near side to Kreisman again. He had nowhere to go. It's going to be a loss of 4 instead of 2nd and 9.
Our defense has done a very good job of reading the plays and reading the blocks. Several misdirection plays early on that we haven't fallen for, and that's good to see.
Quick throw by Hicks out in the flat. It's bobbled, dropped, and that may be considered another lateral and another loss of yards if that stands. He caught it and dropped it, and we'll see if that holds up. If it is, they're still going backwards. They are. That's another loss of yards. It's going to be a -6 play. And the Avila Eagles continue to back up, now set for a 3rd and 15, and what started with a 1st and 5. 10 minutes to go, first quarter. It's early, Wes, but you still kind of think that if you're Avila, you got a long way to go still, but you kind of feel like you kind of need to answer to this pretty quickly here. And a big play for them right now, 3rd and 15. They fake a draw, coming near side. Hicks being pursued by a couple of defenders, throws on the run, completes the pass of the 45, and a big hit there will take down their tight end, but he's well shy of the first down. They're going to gain about 11, but it's 4th and 4 and a punting down.
Denzel Billing Christian Mendez showing good coverage on that. And once again, we're not being deceived by anything they're doing. Really neutralizing their offense and their ability to run the ball and throw the ball.
You mentioned something, Wes. They do so much misdirection, I think, that you're almost not fooled by it, because that's almost all they do is do something to kind of go one way and then go another. Again, another bad throw. It's a fake punt. They snap it to an up man, return it to the 49, but not enough. Kreisman tripped up on a great tackle. Was that Steven Swillem? It was, who makes a tackle to prevent a first down. It's a turnover on downs to give Evangel back the football.
Well, I think this goes along with what you were saying earlier. You know, they have to show something offensively, and you get that play, things kind of change around for you in the first half, but good job to once again not be fooled defensively and bring him down.
Gain of 3, but they needed 4 yards. They were stopped shy of the 50, and Evangel will have the ball in the Avila 49 to start the drive. Andrew Brimhall out of the shotgun, fires it, and completes a pass into traffic to Josh Booker at the 42 of the Eagles for the gain of 7. Been a while since the Evangel offense was back out in the field, Wes. You kind of trying to establish a rhythm still with this group.
Yeah, you know, 2 quick scores early really doesn't kind of tell the tale of what our offense has done so far. I mean, we haven't been on the field too much, so it is important to get established.
Drop play for Meyer at the 40, at the 35, and then spun down to the 30. A 12-yard run for Tommy Meyer and a first down for the Crusaders.
Well, you're going to have to stop Tommy if you want to stop this offense, as our running game is an integral part of how we play the game.
Well, you can see Evangel had Avila spread out. I mean, it does open up all sorts of possibilities when you have field spread. As Meyer scored the TD on a similar play. 1st and 10 from the Avila 30. Hand off Meyer and a sweep right side. Makes a cut back, gets to the 25, breaks a tackle there at the 20, and gets inside the 20 to the 18 or 19-yard line. But he's not only been tough to bring down, but kind of slippery on that run.
Yeah, and Avila, you know, their defense hasn't shown that they've been very physical. And when you get a guy like Tommy Meyer who runs with power and with speed, you know, you have to play a physical style of game.
Empty backfield here. Jesse Vaughn about 10 yards off the line of scrimmage, way behind it on the near sideline. Snap back for Brimhall. He's going to tuck it under and run himself. Bounce to the outside of the 15, then grabbed and wrestled down at about the 13-yard line. A run for Brimhall. And again, Wes, they show the field spread out, and that opens up some running lanes.
Yeah, it does. And Brimhall is a good, mature quarterback, and he's able to read the defense as they set up in the same formation. But it just gives us a lot of options.
2nd and 4, Brimhall to the air, lobs the ball toward the end zone, and it's broken up. Lobbed it up her side, looking for Jesse Vaughn, could not haul it in. An incomplete pass. We got a penalty on the play.
Pass interference on the offense. Number 1. 15-yard penalty. 2nd out.
They're saying Vaughn may have pushed off.
Well, there was just a lot of contact, as always happens when you lob a ball up in the corner of the end zone. But that's a tough call to make. But the official was very confident when he threw that flag. Just too much contact there.
Now 2nd down and 19 for Evangel that puts the ball all the way back to the Avila 28-yard line. Hand off on an end around near side. Return to the 25-yard line and then pushed out of bounds there, the Crusaders. A gain of about 3 or 4. I believe that was Otis Brown on the carry coming near side. And picked up a couple. It's 3rd down now. 3rd and about 15. He gains 4. The ball spotted at the Avila 24-yard line. 14-0, Evangel leading. We're midway through the opening quarter. Vaughn out wide right. They give him a cushion. Tied into the left with Tommy Meyer, the running back in the backfield. He gets to Meyer. Brimhall to the air. Fires a pass far side and too tall for Vaughn. He overthrew him. Had Jesse at the 15-yard line. That was about 6 yards shy of the first down. But Vaughn was one-on-one over there. Incomplete, makes it 4th down and 15, and Evangel's field goal team comes out. A chance to add to the lead and take advantage of the field position they had on the missed fake punt by the Eagles. This is going to be a 41-yard field goal try for Drew O'Kane, who's 8 for 13 in the year in field goals with a long of 53. All spotted just inside the left hash mark. There's the snap, the hold, the kick from O'Kane is long enough, and it is no good. Missed it to the right, and Evangel comes up empty, but still with a 14-0 lead with 6:26 to go in the opening quarter as the Eagles offense retakes the field. You come up empty there, Wes, but still you like the fact that you're still controlling the field position game, and now up to the defense to kind of keep their momentum.
Well, you're definitely in control of the game right now, but one thing that we touched on earlier was the ability to keep up that high energy, high momentum feeling in the first half, and with the stop right there, you feel a little of it gravitate to Avila's side of the ball.
1st and 10 for the Eagles. They start a drive at their own 24, complete a little screen pass far side, and take it across the 25 to about the 29-yard line. They hit Robert Johnson with a pass completion, a freshman from Willis, Texas. Called it a gain of 5.
Lamar Allen on the tackle on the far side of the field.
It's kind of how Avila throws it. They don't get yardage in chunks in their passing game, and some contact here on the line before the snap.
Offside on the defense, number 90. 5-yard penalty. 1st down.
5-yard penalty is enough for the 1st down. So Avila gets a 1st down out of that, now at their own 34-yard line. Hicks out of a pistol formation. Dort shotgun set, has the snap, hands it off at a draw play up the middle. They get to the 35, tackle broken there, near side 40 at the 45, and Evangel gets the tackle in the Crusader territory. Denzel Purnell returning to the lineup, and takes Nicholas Booter out of bounds as he got into Evangel turf, and a nice pickup.
Denzel Purnell, it's great to see him back on the field. He's a key guy on our defense who really brings a lot of speed and aggressiveness to our secondary. Number 27, great to see him back on the turf.
Gain of 15, it's 1st and 10 Eagles at the Evangel 45. Snap bobbled, Hicks has it, now big chased and just throws it out of bounds. It may have been a wildcat look. They had in the backfield Davion Sullivan, and the snap went between him and the quarterback. Hicks tried to reach out and snare it, but bobbled it, and by that time there were 3 maroon jerseys bearing down on him, and he ran from them and threw the ball well out of bounds on the far side.
Our front line getting a lot of pressure early on the quarterback. Preston Henry, Zach Reed, and L.C. Tyser in there causing trouble.
Well, you'd like to see that continue as Evangel's pass rush has kind of been hit and miss at times. When they've been aggressive, they've made some good things happen. Here is 2nd down and 10, and there's a flag before the snap. They're going to call a procedure this time on the Eagles. I think Evangel's sideline clapping a little bit there, not necessarily on the call, but the fact that their side stayed put this time. I'm sure the Eagles have been trying to draw them off a little bit, and it's worked. But this time, they're off, or they're get the false start penalty on them, and it's 2nd and 15. Ball spotted now right at the 50-yard line. Eagles go from left to right in the opening quarter. Still 5:26 left in the first, and Evangel leading 14-0. Hicks with a shuffle pass in front, and it's incomplete. And again, the maroon jerseys all around him, Wes. He almost just tried to throw it away. It was a quick little shuttle pass that almost made it look like he was just trying to get rid of it.
By the time the ball was in his hands, he was surrounded, and just nothing else really to do but either to shovel pass or go down with it. And lucky for the Avila offense, he was able to get it away. But good to see that pressure up front by our defense.
Now 3rd down 15, and you'd like to finish this off here. Crusaders at times have struggled on some 3rd downs. See if they can get a stop of the Eagles now. 3rd and 15 from the 50. They fake a draw play. Hicks the throw. Fires it far side. Has a man open to the 30. And he's tripped up at the 25-yard line by Purnell, who may have made a touchdown-saving tackle on the play.
That was a nice open field tackle by Denzel Purnell, able to take out his legs. But, you know, that's one thing that we've seen some trouble with in past games is our secondary, and sometimes there's some miscommunication there. But, you know, just part of learning their offense, and Avila definitely trying to get on the board here and gain a little momentum back.
Gain of 24 in the play, 1st and 10 for the Eagles. Hicks with a handoff left side that's going to be taken across the 25 to the 24-yard line. Carry there for Nick Mooter. Sophomore will get about 2 yards, and it's 2nd and 10.
Brought down by Kellen Hayes and Steven Swillem.
2nd down and 8 to go for the Eagles, looking for their first points of the day, trailing 14-0. Pistol formation for Hicks. Has the snap, fakes a handoff, back to throw, is hit as he throws, and completes it to the tight end of the 15. He's dragged down to the 10.
Well, credit to Hicks, who just stayed in the backfield and waited for a guy to get open, as once again the pocket was collapsing quickly, and he's able to get it off to his tight end on the near right side.
Well, you're right, he hung in there well. It's a 14-yard gain, now a 1st and goal from the 9 for Avila. Trailing by 2 TDs early on. Here's Hicks with a shotgun snap, gets a pitch away, and Evangel's got it bottled up, and down goes Kreisman as Evangel had the option bottled up, and you can see, Wes, that they're kind of used to seeing that now after seeing Peru State last week. It's something they have read very well this afternoon.
Yeah, Avila has been neutralized in that aspect of their game, and L.C. Tyser just pursued the ball well and made the nice open field tackle, but we haven't been deceived by that today, and we've really held that part of their offense at bay.
5-yard loss, and it's 2nd and goal from the 14-yard line for the Eagles. Hicks out of a pistol formation again. The back behind him. Here's the snap, handoff to Kreisman. Little gets through the hole, gets to the 5 and into the end zone. Touchdown, Eagles. A good-looking draw play, and they open up a big hole right down the middle of the field, and the Eagles are on the scoreboard and back in this game.
Well, when you start to establish that you can throw the ball and that your quarterback is able to stay in the pocket, that kind of opens up more plays for your draws and for your misdirection. So they just did a nice job of opening up the middle and taking it into the end zone.
Kreisman's 8th rushing touchdown in the year. That's the 4th most in the league, and the extra point coming from Tim Gilday is good. And Evangel's lead trimmed in half. So a slow start for Avila, but they're on the board, and it's a 1 TD game now. The Crusaders 14, Eagles 7, and with a timeout on the field, we're back after this.
This is Jack Thomas. Today, someone almost brought Jack something to eat. Someone almost drove him to a shelter. And someone else almost bought him a warm blanket. And Jack Thomas? Well, he almost made it through the night.
Kickoff returned by Jesse Vaughn from the 2, near side of the 20, upfield at the sideline of the 25, and knocked out of bounds at the 30-yard line. And Evangel will have it there to start off their offense after they've had a 2 TD lead, trimmed in a half after the Eagles' touchdown run. The Crusaders retake the field on offense, and a little bit of a blow in the last drive and ending with the missed field goal, which now figuring in a little bigger. Crusaders send Mitch McHenry and Vaughn out wide right. Brimhall will go under center with Marlon Bailey at tailback in the backfield. Brimhall under center, and he'll fake a handoff to Bailey. Back to throw. Heaves it deep, going over the middle, and it's caught by Vaughn all alone. He's going to walk in for a touchdown. A 70-yard strike to Jesse Vaughn. And my goodness, did he have his man scorched. He was by himself. There's leaving him in the dust, and then there's that, which is leaving him way behind.
That's just unfair right there, and we've seen that before several times. Brimhall connecting with Jesse Vaughn straight up the middle, and still, you get the feeling that we haven't even had enough time to establish our offense.
No kidding.
Struck so quickly.
Extra point by O'Kane is good. We'll keep it here as Evangel goes ahead 21-7 on a one-play 70-yard drive, and Jesse Vaughn 8 TD catches now in the season, which leads the conference, and the numbers starting to rack up and look even more impressive. Wes is starting to kind of sink in what he has done so far. He entered this game just 170 yards away from Evangel's single-season record for receiving yards in a year. He's now 100 away from it as he gets 70 in that one chunk.
Just a talented young man who has improved every year that he's been here, and and hats off to Andrew Brimhall too, who just had a strong throw right there. Brimhall has got a great arm, just throws it up there and lets Vaughn run it out. Definitely two fun guys to watch.
I don't know if he got open on a move or just his speed opened him up, but literally he had about maybe 10 or 15 yards of separation at least between him and the defensive back. As O'Kane's kickoff will be a yard right at the goal line and returned by the Eagles, who fake another reverse, and Evangel able to trip up the return man at the 11-yard line.
Otis Brown just did a fantastic job of reading that and able to get downfield. Otis Brown, a part of our offense and also on our kickoff team, made a great open field tackle, and nothing kind of sets you back more than a touchdown and then a great special teams effort to keep you at bay.
2:44 to go, first quarter. It's 21-7 Evangel. 8 TDs for Vaughn, who led the conference and country in 136 receiving yards per game. Now with one catch and a 70-yard TD reception. There's Avila with a big hole up the middle. He gets the running back who gets across the 20 and he gets to the 30-yard line before he's finally hauled down. A big pickup for the Eagles. On a draw play to James Russell in his first carry. That's a 19-yard run. Avila trying to answer back. After they got to within a score, they give up the one-play TD. Up to the Eagles now to find a way to get back in this thing. Hicks out of the shotgun again. Hands it off again to Russell. Slips the line of scrimmage at the 35. He's hauled down from behind. Shy of the first down, but close to it at around the 40. That's going to be a gain of 9. 2nd and 1 as Avila gets a second down and short play.
Well, a big part of Avila's offense is the rushing game, and so far they haven't been able to establish that. But here they go to it early and often.
Fake a handoff here. Hicks to the air and has it incomplete. Missed his tight end as it went off his hands at his own 47-yard line. Denzel Billy there in coverage, and again, they made Hicks hurry a little bit, and it's going to be 3rd down and 1. Hicks 4 of 8 passing today. They've been able to convert on some 3rd downs and have a 3rd down and less than a yard here. Avila at their own 39. 4 wide receivers all to the right side and bunched up to the sideline. They're going to throw it out, a lateral to the flat of the 35, and Russell able to juke his way to the 42-yard line before he goes down and give Avila a first down play. Well, they've thrown it out there in the flat a couple of times in what's a borderline lateral or forward pass, and they haven't had that work in their favor a lot. That time it did. They just got the 3 yards.
Well, even then we had a man there Number 39, Ethan Smith, was there, but they just got a good block. Avila did, and were able to move the ball. But I think they've gained a little bit of confidence being able to put it into the end zone, and their offense gaining a little bit of more momentum.
1st and 10 at their own 42-yard line. Hicks fakes a handoff, rolling left away from traffic, and throws it incomplete. He had a man on his heels, and rolling away from that, threw it on the run. Chandler Eden was bearing down on the quarterback, and Hicks had to throw on the run, and it was offline, incomplete.
Well, we've seen that Hicks is able to make good passes, but so far, a couple times we've been able to flush him out, and on the run, he struggles as any quarterback does, throwing across his body. But good job to put pressure on him there.
2nd and 10 for Avila at their own 42-yard line. Hicks back to throw, being pressured again, and he completes it to his safety-bound and running back, Davion Sullivan. He'll get across to the 45, and that's it.
Over on the far side, brought down by Lamar Allen, number 2. Tabor Chiao will come into the game.
Gain of 4 to Sullivan, and it's 3rd and 6 for the Eagles now at their own 46-yard line. Under a minute to go in the quarter. Avila getting set on a 3rd down and 6 play for them from midfield. Hicks from the pistol. Puts a man in motion. Now has the snap, back to throw, steps up in the pocket, is hit, and still able to get a throw away, complete it to the 40-yard line, and taken for the 1st down to the 39. Not sure how he got that off.
That's just an impressive play. Hicks able to stay on his feet with a guy literally grinding his face mask into his hip, and he's able to make a nice pass out to the right side and get the 1st down.
A gain of 15 to his tight end Colton Borland, and that'll end, or at least, that will wind down the opening quarter. We finished one period. Evangel with 3 touchdowns in the opening quarter. They lead Avila 21-7 after 1. Back with the 2nd quarter after this on the Crusaders Sports Network.
Can I help you, sir?
I found these over by the stairs.
Okay, thank you.
What are they?
Love handles. Lots of people lose them taking the stairs instead of the escalator.
Back at JFK Stadium, the Crusaders lead 21-7. And the scoreboard just went out. So they'll look at working on fixing that. Yeah, we'd had a couple of weeks in a row where it had gone well. Back to opening night. Evangel does lead 21-7 as we start the 2nd period. Avila's football. They get a 1st and 10 at the Crusader 39. Hicks gets a handoff right side. That's going to go for negative yardage. Tripped up and taken down was Harley Kreisman. And that'll be a loss of 2 back to the Evangel 41-yard line. Eagles came in 3-3 in the year. They're 1-3 in the conference. Evangel 5-2, 2nd place in the league at 4-1, behind only unbeaten Missouri Valley in the conference standings, and tied with Mid-American Nazarene for 2nd. On 2nd down and 12, draw play up the middle. Kreisman gets across the 40, but taken down to the 39. They get back some of what they lost, but it'll be a 3rd and long play for the Eagles coming up.
Big third and down play here for our defense. We were unable to stop them in their last drive as they went to the air effectively. But Avila showing that they can make plays and that they can be an offensive threat here in this first half.
Third down, call it 10 to go for the Eagles. Hicks out of the shotgun. Has the snap, but is back to throw. Big rush on. He steps forward to the pocket. Now going to scramble. Gets to the 35. Loses the ball. It's stripped. Evangel is there, and they've got it. They still try to untangle the pile, but Evangel does have the ball, and the Crusaders come out of it with Chandler Eden recovering the fumble.
That was just a great aggressive play right there, and Zach Reed was the one who kind of stripped it loose to begin with, and Chandler Eden right there able to jump on it to recover the ball, but Zach Reed just did a nice job of going for the football, and Hicks kind of held it out there, wasn't really protecting it, thought he had more room than he actually had, and were able to recover it.
That was a good-looking scramble until that, but you're right, he held it out there, and the Crusaders able to punch it out of there, and Eden recovers, and Evangel was kind of converging on him. They were swarming to it. Officially, that's going to be Avila's second turnover. Sure if they said 13:38 or what. But the Crusaders will have the football at their own 31-yard line, leading now 21-7 early in the second quarter. I think with 13:38 left. Here's a handoff to Marlon Bailey, left side. He's bottled up and is spun down at the 26-yard line. That's going to be a loss of about 4 yards for Evangel. But you had a punt that I'm not sure Avila actually ever got off. It's going to go as a fumble return, I think, on Evangel's second TD of the afternoon on the bad snap. And attempted a punt by Avila in the opening quarter. There, a fumble that the Crusaders get. Now on 2nd and 14, play action fake for Brim Hall. Rolling near side, throws, and hits his tight end, Justin Breedlove at the 30. It'll be a short little gain and set up third down and about 11 to go.
21-7 here with about 12:45 to go in the second quarter. Evangel in control for most of the game.
Those two early scores, now a 21-7 lead as you mentioned, and now 3rd and 10 for Evangel at their own 31-yard line. 3 wide receivers far side, 1 to the near side, back to throw Brim Hall, goes deep over the top for Vaughn, and can't quite run underneath it. Had a step on the defender, but could not quite haul it in at the 25-yard line of the Eagles as they went deep, but came up empty, and it's 4th and 10, and the punt team comes out.
Well, I think it's better to air long with Jesse Vaughn than short because, you know, if you throw it up there, there's a good chance that he's going to go run and grab it. And right there we saw it again, and just out of Jesse's reach. But whenever the ball's up in the air for that long, there's always a chance that Vaughn's going to come down with it.
Josh Booker averaging 37 yards per punt, into punt for the first time today. Gets it away from his own 20, a high, wobbly kick, far side that drives Avila back to their own 18-yard line. Return to the 20, and that's it. Casey David Kepis tackled immediately on a return of about a yard or two, and the Eagles will be backed up around their own 20-yard line to begin this drive. 12-12 to go in the first half. Evangel on top, 21-7.
That's Otis Brown's second open field tackle on just a hustle play right there, and he gets it, and that's a hard play, but he's able to bring him down, and Otis Brown showing a lot of aggressiveness on special teams.
It's a good all-round football player, isn't he? I mean, you've seen him running back. He looks like a natural there. He's a great wide receiver as well. You see him in that slash roll there, and he adds another to it with his special teams. 1st and 10 Eagles at their own 19. Hicks back to throw. Got hit as he throws. Picked off. Return for the 20. Denzel Purnell will score in a touchdown and a 20-yard interception return. Boy, he read that all the way. Pass came near side. Purnell stepped in the way of it, took it, and takes it in for an easy-looking score.
That was a pick six right from the get-go. just way underthrown, and Purnell just read it perfectly and able to run it into the end zone. Puts Evangel up 27-7 with about 12 minutes left to go here in the second quarter.
Now O'Kane still with an extra point. Snap is there. The hold from McHenry, and it's blocked. It ricochets way back. It can be returned. Scooped up by the Eagles, and they can only get as far as the 40-yard line before they're stopped. But a block by Avila prevents another point for the Crusaders. There's a flag in the play that came at the end there, and I think maybe a little scuffle came as a couple of coaches from Avila came out to get in the way of a few of their guys. And we'll see what that penalty marker is about as we are early second period.
Well, the snap was
talk it
good.
over.
Well, the snap was good and the hold was good. There was just a leak somewhere on that left side.
After the end of the play, personal foul. Number 72, Evangel. 15-yard penalty will be assessed in the kickoff.
The personal foul just on Evangel's Jordan Pierce. Ben Blake had come over to get an explanation from the crew on the near side, and he's talking to Brenton Elam, who wants to talk to one of the officials, too, I think, about that call, as Evangel will have to kick off from further in their own territory as a penalty is going to get assessed on the kick. Early second quarter still, 12:05 left in the half, and Evangel now up 27-7. A blocked kick. You know, it's always chaotic when the kick gets blocked and it's a returnable ball for 2 points for the other side, and there's a big scramble. They try to return it. You've got players going every different direction. You got guys on special teams who are trying to block now, or trying to block a kick, now trying to block to free up a runner. I scramble to make a tackle. You almost wonder if it's worth having the rule in to return it for 2 points sometimes because it's such a chaotic-looking play. But Evangel got the stop to prevent that, but now have to kick off from their own 20 after the personal foul. O'Kane will put it away. Avila's going to come out of this with decent field position if they can get any kind of return. The O'Kane kickoff going to drive them all the way back. Good grief, all the way to the 7. Eagles return upfield. They fake a reverse near side of the 20. Get a block of the 25. There's flags everywhere. They return it to midfield 40. At the 50. 40 of Evangel. 30. Near side 25. And a hit by Cam Bruffett puts the man down to the Evangel 19. Not that it's going to matter. This is coming back.
Back in the back. Number 14 on the return team. 10-yard penalty for the smaller foul.
Everyone in the stadium saw it.
Yeah, no doubt about that. Christian Mendez was blocked in the back. Hit there, and an obvious call, and tough break for Avila, who's had poor field position all day.
And yeah, it's one of those that had a lot to do with the play, because that opened up the alley.
It really did.
So sometimes you have that and a good return, and you kind of whine about it if you're the return team, thinking that, well, it happened so far behind the runner that it doesn't have anything to do with the return, so you shouldn't throw the flag. That one did.
That one did.
The Eagles backed up now inside their own 14-yard line, and even in Evangel kicking off from the 20, they have to back up inside the 20 to the 14-yard line. Eagles start there. 11:51 to go in the second period. 27-7 Evangel. Hicks with a handoff, and it goes right to middle. Tabor Chio with a tackle to the 18-yard line against the Eagles runner. Again, Harley Kreisman the carry. Gets them 5 yards. It'll be 2nd and 5 coming up.
You still feel like our defense has been on the field way too much. And just a good offense does that, but we've been on the field a lot.
In kind of a fluky way. There's movement, a late snap, and a play whistle dead. Both sides jumping.
Illegal snap formation on the center by your penalty. Second out.
You know, the center hardly ever gets blamed for the false start, but he gets one that time. Josh Hewitt is their center, and And they stick him with the penalty call.
We really don't see that too much.
You don't. 2nd and 10 now for Avila. Going from our right to our left here in the second period. Hicks out of the shotgun, has the snap, hands it off on a draw play up the middle that'll get them to the 16-yard line. That's it, a gain of 2 or 3. Looking for room up the middle, but finding none.
Evangel leading 27-7 with about 10:50 left to go here in the second quarter.
Big 3rd and 7 play here, Wes. You talk about trying to get the defense off the field. Here's your chance. Hicks out of the shotgun, back to throw, rolling right as a man on his heels, throws on the run, completes the pass for a first down to the Evangel 27, or to his own 27.
Well, Avila's been fairly effective on 3rd downs. Hicks, they're able to roll out to his right and throw a strike on the right side. But so far, the rushing game, for the most part, neutralized, save the possession they scored on.
1st and 10 for Avila, now at their own 27-yard line. Hicks hands it off up the middle. It'll go for about a yard, if that. Nick Mutter again. Drag down. Steven Swillem there for the stop on a gain of 1 for the Eagles. 2nd and 9 for Avila. Just under 10 minutes to play in the second quarter. The Evangel leading by 20. Two wide receivers near side. 2 men in the backfield along with Hicks out of the pistol. Now we'll put one man in motion out wide right in the slot. Hicks with a snap, back to throw, looks near side, got nailed as he threw it. Ball hanging up in midair, and it goes incomplete. There's a flag, and we'll see who that's on. It looked like Purnell was getting held. He had inside position. But we've seen this enough to know you don't assume anything. That was a wobbly throw that Hicks just got rid of. He just chucked it as he got nailed. This may not bode well for the...
Pass interference on the defense.
They were battling for position, and you heard the reaction for the crowd because they saw Purnell get grabbed.
Yeah, not happy with that call is the Evangel side of the stands. And there it is, a lousy call.
Well, they explained it to you. The same officials on the Evangel sideline explained what he saw, and I think saying that maybe Denzel made the first infraction, and that warranted the penalty on Evangel. There's a handoff up the middle and a big hole for Mutter, who's tackled from behind after getting a first down into Evangel territory at the 42, a gain of 15 for their running back. And another big pickup for Avila, the Kansas City native and sophomore, with a 15-yard gain. They run it well to the Eagles. Now a 1st and 10 of the Evangel 43. Hicks with a snap, pump fakes once, looks near side, throws it that way, and it's broken up nicely by Denzel Billy on the near sideline on a pass intended for Davion Sullivan. 2nd and 10.
Just a great play there by Denzel to read the man and put his hands up and break up that play.
2nd and 10 for the Eagles at the plus 42-yard line for them. A little under 9 minutes to go in our second quarter. Evangel is led from the early going. Hicks again out of the shotgun. Back to throw. Big pass rushes on. He's wrapped up and sacked to the 47. Three Evangel players got there. Who got there, Wes?
Mark Griffith and Cody Christner were there, and two young guys who are seeing some playing time today, able to make their presence felt as they passed that O-line and put a lot of pressure on Hicks. And when we put pressure on Hicks, we've been successful. We've made him run out of the pocket, and when you throw on the run, that's hard to do. He's made a couple nice plays, but we wrapped him up behind the line of scrimmage, and It's good to see some of those younger guys getting in and making plays.
3rd down and 15 for the Eagles at the Evangel 47-yard line. Hicks fires over the middle, has him into the 35 and makes the catch. Tackled from behind as he tries to stretch for the first down, and he's going to be close. He might have it. He found his target in Paris Walkup, his first catch of the day, and he's shy of the first down. They mark him down at the Evangel 33. He's 1 yard shy. Walkup's first catch, but it's 4th down on the yard, and Wes, they're thinking about going for it here. And I think they've got to.
Well, you got to gain a little bit of momentum here. I mean, you're down 27-7. Quite possibly could be the last time you get good field position before there's time.
4th down on the yard, and it's going to be close. A handoff right side. Evangel thinks they've stopped this, Wes.
Yeah, it looks like they're not giving him good mark, and they're going to have to step it off.
That was Mooter again. He needed a good yard, maybe about 1.5 yards. They're going to measure this. They're bringing out the chains. Haven't had the chance to do this much. We haven't had a lot of measurements, but Wes, you get to make the call. Did you get it or not?
You know what? Boy, that's tough. I don't think he got it though.
Okay, you're voting no.
I'm voting no.
See how your record is. Only got we've already gotten all the way to week 8 and haven't had a chance to do this much.
But I vote turnover on downs. It's my keen eye. And
we'll see as they bring the chains out.
I may be 0
and
for
pull
1.
them tight. Pull it tight. Nope, you're 1 for 1. He doesn't get it. He's about a foot shy of the first down. The second 4th down stop the Evangel defense has made today. Actually, the special teams made 1 on a fake punt. Technically, they made 2 on another punt that never came away, and Evangel would recover a fumble and return it for the TD. That time a straight-up offensive play as the Eagles went for it and come up empty on a 4th and 1. They get 0.
Big play for our defense. It's nice to see us get a stop, and I'll turn it over to our offense, who really hasn't been on the field that much.
They put up some points already today, and a handoff now to Tommy Meyer, trying to bounce to the outside, but gets wrapped up. Fights forward for a yard to the 35 after he was stopped in the backfield. He had a hold of his jersey, and he just dragged the guy for a yard. It's going to be 2nd and 9.
Yeah, Tommy Meyer does not go down. He'll get hit 3 or 4 times. He's just going to stay on his feet and keep moving. Typical hard run by Tommy Meyer there.
2nd down and 9 to go for the Crusaders at their own 34-yard line, leading 27-7 with a little under 7 minutes to go in this second quarter. Brimhall hands it off to Meyer, running near side, makes a cut of the 35, then hit and thrown down to the 37. Positive yardage, though, for Meyer. He gains 4 in the play. It'll be 3rd down and 5 to go for Evangel at their own 38. Evangel in their own territory, going from our left to our right. Home maroon jerseys, maroon pants, maroon helmets. Numbers on one side this year and the interlocking EU on the other. Kind of blending the two eras of the last 10 years and the Evangel's kind of golden era of football in the 90s. 3rd and 5 for Evangel. Brimhall out of the shotgun. As the snap, fires a pass near side, complete to Vaughn for the first down to the 45, and he's wrestled down to the 46. Takes a little rough ride after being pushed to the turf there, and the Evangel sideline appreciated it much, but they'll take the first down out of that, and a gain of about 11.
Yeah, Jesse Vaughn, we've talked about, and I know the coaches have talked about, his improvement in his strength conditioning, and there you saw it as he just dragged a man about a yard forward to get the first down.
It's tough to bring down. That's one of the reasons why he kind of got a rough ride to the turf there, because it wasn't easy to bring down. Here's Meyer up the middle, gets across the 50 and spun down after getting a first down into Avila territory at the 40. Another big gap opened up the middle on a draw, and that picks up about 12 or 13.
When you go to the air, when you got guys like Jesse Vaughn, Otis Brown, Sean Hebert, and Mitch McHenry who can all catch the ball, it just opens up a lot of space for Tommy Meyer. And when Tommy Meyer gets space, it's curtains for you.
Yeah, because he's tough to bring on one-on-one, and he's faster than he looks. Here's Brown up the middle. This time it's plugged up, and he goes down for no gain at the 40. And no room to operate, and it'll be a 2nd and 10 play for Evangel. 2nd and 10 for the Crusaders. Less than 5 minutes to go first half. Evangel up by 20, 27-7. Trying to put together a drive here late second period. Shotgun for Brimhall. 2 tight ends in the game. Handoff. Brown cuts back near side for 35. Gets a block downfield. 25 at the 20. Makes a man miss. He will score. 40-yard TD run by Otis Brown, and once he got a defender in open field, downfield, he kind of turned him inside out and get to the end zone.
Well, when you see Otis Brown run one with anyone, with any defender, it's kind of unfair because he makes a move and then he just goes right past you. And we've seen him do that several times this year. Great run by Otis Brown.
Extra point now from Drew Kane. They wait for the snap. There it is. There's the hold, and the kick is on the way, and it's good. Evangel extends the lead, and with 4:34 to go second quarter, it's Evangel 34, Avila 7. Timeout on the field, and we're back to JFK Stadium after this. All right, I have no idea what spot we're on.
What is that thing?
Looks like somebody's double chin. Must have lost his snacking on fruits and vegetables.
Somebody's gonna trip on that.
It is out again. But we do know, because we saw it right after the TD, there was 4 minutes, 34 seconds left on it. Now the Crusaders kick off to the Eagles, so we'll just guess the rest of the half, unless that thing lights back up again. But it's 34-7. We know that. Evangel out in front of the Eagles as the Crusaders kick off. And it's going to angle deep into the end zone, and 5 yards deep there, the Eagles will take a knee. 40-yard TD run by Otis Brown. That's his 4th rushing touchdown of the year. And Wes, yeah, it's a 40-yard play, but that was a good drive for Evangel that started in their own territory, and then nice to see it capped off with points.
Well, when you give the ball to Tommy, he brings those linebackers up because they're having to make tackles, and we're getting a lot of good blocks from our offensive line. And then, you hand the ball to Otis Brown, and he can make anyone miss. It really doesn't matter who you are. Transfer from Ball State, so he has Division I speed. And once again, we just show how multifaceted we are on the offensive end.
Hicks will hand it off right up the middle, bring it across the 35, or 25 rather, to the 28-yard line, and dragged down there was James Russell. Senior out of Fort Worth, Texas, will pick up 4 yards on the run to his own 29. Here's what's tough for Avila. They're a decently balanced offense, but they're not a team that really goes vertical and gets a lot of passing yards in chunks. They're a lot better at a more intermediate passing game. So when they're in a hole, it's tough for them to get a lot of points back quickly. They still have a lot of time to go. Hand off again, another draw. This is going to get stuffed. Steve Swillem there, along Chio and one other Crusader. That may be a loss of a couple of yards. Called it no gain. He'll get progress back to his own 29. It's 3rd and 6. Evangel defense came in, having allowed the most yards in the conference entering this game. You see a little bit of momentum may carried over from the second half of last week's game, though. Been an aggressive D today. Hicks out of the shotgun. Pumps once, now looking to run. Hit as he throws, and it's incomplete. He was looking for Logan Eppy, who had first down yardage across the 36, but passed on a little behind him as Hicks had to get rid of it.
Well, he had a guy open, but did a lot of moving and shaking to try to get away from that pressure. But when you have that much pressure up front, it makes your quarterback rush his throws, and there we saw it.
Tim Gilday comes in to punt, and the special teams unit for Avila has not had a great day. Gilday has not gotten one punt off. He stands at his own 15 and scrambles forward, nearly has that one blocked as he sends it to the far sideline. They're not even kicking it to Vaughn as it goes out of bounds on the Evangel side of the 50. But it went out of bounds on the fly, so we'll see where they mark it upfield to. It's going to be at the Crusader 47. Late second quarter. Scoreboard lit up, but not the time's up. Our time hasn't been posted yet. But we're going to be around the 3-minute mark or so of the second quarter. Almost had it. 3:04.
That was pretty close. We'll give it to you.
All right, yeah, give or take. I think you got to give me at least 10 seconds leeway on either side. It's a lot harder to try to gauge than the down and distance on the measurements. So I'm handicapping myself for a little. 1st and 10 for Evangel at their own 47. Hand off is Brown. Bounces the outside, gets to the 50. Now another foot race. 35-30. Down the far side, 25. At the 15, and finally wrestled out at the 11. Boy, he got through there like a shot.
He's just so fast. He can be staying behind a block and then just boom, turns on the explosiveness and gets 15 yards upfield before he can blink.
42-yard run by Brown takes the Crusaders to the Avila 12. Brimall will go shotgun. 2 wide receivers left. Brown to his right. Brimall sends Vaughn in motion. I think fakes a handoff to him. Goes to the air. Has Brown open. He makes the catch in the end zone. Touchdown Crusaders on a throw to Otis Brown to extend the lead.
Well, there you go. I mean, Avila brought everyone, and Brem Hall's able to roll out to his right, and Brown just kind of leaves his man, and they connect, and our offense is still clicking.
Here's the extra point by Drew O'Kane to extend the Evangel lead even further. It's now 40-7. The extra point by Drew is good. 41-7 Crusaders. We're going to say about 2:40 left in the first half. We'll see if I'm right. Timeout on the field. We're back to JFK Stadium after this.
We may score 70-plus points today.
Yes, we may.
You're right.
Hey!
Okay.
What is your problem, man? All right. What's going on here, fellas?
The missile was about to hit the school.
That doesn't change the fact that I don't have a car anymore. Who just throws a person's car at a missile?
You're serious?
Yeah. Who's going to pay for my car?
Two minutes and change left as first half as the Crusaders kick off. Kickoff from O'Kane, angling far side, 3 yards deep in the end zone. Avila will take a knee once again as they'll bring it out. Well, they're this isn't quite what Avila did to Evangel last year, but in a lot of ways the Eagles kind of have to feel like the Evangel did last year in Kansas City. The Crusaders really had a day when hardly anything went right. Ill-timed turnovers. Just when you think you're going to get something going, something goes awry, and you give up a score here and there that kind of keeps the game out of reach. Evangel kind of had a lost Saturday last year when they played Avila in Kansas City. Right now, not much going right for the Eagles, and Evangel is rolling. A 41-7 lead now, late second period. Eagles offense back on the field. 1st and 10 for them at their own 25. Handoff right side. A hole opens up for Kreisman. Gets the outside to the 30, and then taken down near out of bounds on the far side of the 28, or maybe the 33. That's a gain of 8 yards for Kreisman.
Well, the estimated time was 2:40.
Yep.
And we'll see if that was right.
Yeah, time's ticking away now.
I guess we'll never know.
They didn't update us. 2nd and 2. Hicks rolling near side, being pursued by a bunch of maroon jerseys. Throws to the run, and he made the catch on the near side. A terrific grab by Davion Sullivan. Had a defender right there and saw the ball through the hands of a defender and makes the catch at his own 44.
Well, Lamar Allen was that defender who almost made the catch there. And just a real athletic play by Sullivan.
8:14 of the play. Hicks back to throw, rolls right, and is grabbed and throws it away as he was taken to the turf. There's a flag as he was wrestled down by Zach Reed with a couple of defenders there as well. You groan like it's going to be a roughing. I kind of thought they may call a grounding on it, but we'll see.
Yeah.
There is no flag for intentional grounding. There was an eligible receiver in the area.
Using that eligible receiver term loosely, because that was thrown way behind him, and he, but still, that was a good call to make, and he had to get. It's a loss of down anyway. 2nd down and 10 for the Eagles. A good play still by Reed and the Evangel defense to set up 2nd and 10 and make Hicks get rid of it. Now he'll roll right, again being pursued. Randall this time on him, and he'll throw a wobbly pass to his own sideline, incomplete. And there's another flag that goes out. I wonder this time if they're going to flag Randall for making a little bit of contact, even though there wasn't much. Maybe they'll ignore it again. Nope. They got it that time. Hicks trying to point to where he was going, but he threw that to his coaching staff.
Well, I mean, not much he could do there. Randall was on it. Randall was just breathing down his neck there and just showing good aggressiveness in pursuit, and he's been on the run all day.
Intentional grounding is a killer penalty. You lose yardage and you lose the down. So they mark him back at the 26-yard line of the Eagles, and it's 3rd down and 28. They've got to get into Evangel territory on this. They pump fake and now give a handoff and a draw to Kreisman, who's taken down, I think, for a loss of yards back at the 25. 4th down and 29, and the punt team comes out for Avila. Evangel's going to get the ball back before the end of this half. There's not a whole lot of time left in it. Exactly much we don't know. The scoreboard is at zeros in time. Evangel leading 41-7 and a chance to tack on more before the end of the half, maybe. Gilday to punt. Bobbles it. He's in trouble again, but gets punt away, and a good spiraling punt. That'll be caught by Jesse Vaughn. Sidesteps a tackler, and now backpedaling at his own 25. Bottle up there and tackled. Lost some yards on the attempted return, but did make the initial man miss. And Evangel of their own 26 will have it. At this point of the game, you're not overly concerned with losing yards on a punt return.
0 seconds in the half.
40 seconds to go before halftime.
Off by 2 minutes.
Well, yeah, 2 minutes ago. I think I had that about right. Of course, the not much time left in the half is a little bit ambiguous to get a correct estimation on that one. This is the last time I referenced the clock. 40 seconds to go before half. We'll see if Evangel will try to get down the field here in the closing moments of the half. They'll put 4 wide receivers out and Brimhall out of the shotgun. Crusaders at their own 26. Brimhall with a snap. Back to throw. Looks, rolling near side. Looks downfield, throws, and hits Booker who is pushed out of bounds at his own 38-yard line. That's a gain of 11 and a first down for the Crusaders, who have all 3 timeouts left here.
Well, that's a nice play by Josh Booker on this near right side to keep his feet in, and nice ball thrown by Andrew Brimhall.
Had to reach out to haul that in too. It was a good-looking play. Brimhall back to throw, dumps it off near side for Tommy Meyer at the 40, 45, and knocked it out of bounds at the 50. That's going to be a gain of 12 and another Evangel first down, and it stops the clock again as well.
Well, we're in the hurry-up style offense that we see, that you see Evangel go to every once in a while. I think we're trying to get a score here.
At least get in field goal range. O'Kane warming up. Brimhall back to throw on 1st and 10 from the 50. Looking downfield. Now will scramble far side. Still looking downfield. Now he's going to tuck it under and duck out of bounds to the 46-yard line of the Eagles. They may mark him out of the 48. Only about a 2-yard scramble, but it stops the clock again. It's going to be somewhere between 20 and 30 seconds left.
Well, you got to choose one.
That, for the sake of accuracy, was being intentionally vague.
All right.
2nd and 7. Good thing this game isn't close right now.
Yeah.
Brimhall out of the shotgun. 4 wide receivers again, 2 to either side. Now being pursued. He's wrapped up and sacked back at the 41-yard line of Evangel. And the Crusaders may get a timeout called here quickly to stop the clock. Haven't signaled it yet. And that may have made a run out of time anyway. Nope. Timeout Crusaders with just seconds to go in this first half. Evangel on top 41-7. We'll take a break as well. Evangel leading the Eagles 41-7 late first half. And we're back to JFK Stadium in a moment.
This is a man who almost learned to walk at a rehab center that almost got built by people who almost gave money. Almost gave. How good is almost giving? About as good as almost walking.
Lead the Eagles big. We'll also take you around the scoreboard in the conference as well. Here's Brimhall rolling near side. Throws it. It's Jesse Vaughn at the Avila 40. He'll step out of bounds at the 39-yard line of the Eagles. A gain of 20. Vaughn around the 100-yard mark for the afternoon here in the first half. 1st and 10 Crusaders at the Eagles' 39-yard line. 41-7 lead for Evangel. The least trying to get in O'Kane's field goal range before the end of the half. Brimhall throws it deep over the middle of the field. Caught by McHenry at the 15. Ooh. He took a vicious hit and the helmet comes off. There's a late flag, I think, on Avila. They may have an ejection here.
Yeah, McHenry took a shot to the head and he kind of stumbles around. Ow. And his helmet flew off and he's a tough kid, though. You know, he's taking hits all season long.
I'm not sure if I saw that signal right, but the official kind of made a movement with his hand, gesturing like it was more than a penalty. McHenry got a helmet-to-helmet hit.
Personal foul on the clear reference on the defense. Number 26, after distance to the goal. Automatic first down.
No signal on that, but it's an automatic first down as they stuck the penalty on the Eagles after a big pickup for the Crusaders. A 25-yard gain. That was McHenry's first catch of the afternoon. Evangel's called a timeout. We're going to keep it here with seconds remaining in this first half. And Evangel, after the half the distance to the goal penalty, will have a 1st and goal from the 9. You're not necessarily thinking field goal right now. I don't think they've ever been thinking field goal the way they've looked downfield in this sequence, but you think, well, that's at least what you're trying for. But you're 9 yards away from pay dirt here and like to try to punch one more in before the break.
Yeah, I think you put it in and tack on another 6 points and another 6-7 points, and you really put Avila in a hole. I mean, they're already in a hole, but 7 points just kind of adds insult to injury.
Evangel has not had a game like this in a long time.
No.
This is something they've been looking for, honestly, for a while, and it's come together this afternoon. 41-7 their lead. They look for more. Seconds left in this first half. Andrew Brimhall from the shotgun. 3 wide receivers to his right. Meyer to his right in the backfield. He looks to his left, throws that way to the 4-yard line. Hebert fighting for the goal line. He's in! Touchdown Crusaders as Sean Hebert made the catch at around the 3, fought his way to the goal line and broke the plane for a touchdown.
You like to see Sean Hebert kind of come up with a touchdown right there as they isolated him on that far left side. And Hebert, who's been fighting an ankle injury all year, a big part of our offense last year, you like to see him get the touchdown.
Now the extra point, I think they said there's no time left in the half as the extra point, and the hold from McHenry, the kick from O'Kane is good, and that takes us to halftime. A 48-point first half by the Evangel Crusaders against Avila. And at intermission, it's the Crusaders 48, the Eagles 7. A first half recap on our halftime activities, including the Evangel Public Relations Director, Paul K. Logston. All that coming up when we return after these messages. Nope.
How you doing?
Some. We're back at halftime where the Evangel Crusaders lead Avila 48-7 in intermission. Crusaders scored an early TD and really haven't looked back. Their second play of the game was a 59-yard touchdown run by Tommy Meyer. They had an Eagles bobbled snap on a punt. Recovered a fumble, ran that back for the score. And as Avila got within 7 late in the opening quarter, the Crusaders ended with a quick touchdown after that, literally within 11 seconds of Avila's only TD. The Crusaders answered that with a 70-yard touchdown bomb from Brimhall to Jesse Vaughn. And then, Wes, a 27-0 second quarter. And the Crusaders, as we said, they've been looking for a game like this where everything kind of came together and have it so far going today.
And with all that said, in the first half we did play well, but there's still 4 quarters to play. So the second half, we still have to put 2 more quarters together and kind of accomplish what we've set out to do today and to dominate a team from start to finish. So I think you'll see a very focused Evangel team coming out in the second half and putting points on the board and also defensively shutting down Avila.
Well, at least for a while, Evangel's got to keep some of them going off of this. They certainly don't want to get a second half that kind of bogs them down. As again, they want to look down the road as well. Right now in a position, as we mentioned, entering this game, they're in second place in the conference and a game back of first place Missouri Valley, ranked 3rd in the country. And Evangel also entering in 17th nationally as the Crusaders want to try to stay in the hunt, not just in the top 20 in the NAIA, but also the conference championship picture. And to do that, have to win today, have to win next week in their game coming up at Central Methodist. Other games around the conference want to look at the scoreboard in the league. Is a huge game between Mid-American Nazarene and Benedictine. 3 weeks to go, really 4 weeks to go. You don't want to use this statement, but it's kind of true. This may be an elimination game for the conference, or for the national playoff picture. Benedictine with 2 losses, Nazarene with 2 losses. The Ravens have 2 losses in the conference. And right now it's Mid-American Nazarene leading 21-17 midway through the third quarter. Well, the ways to go there, and that's going to be an interesting finish in Olathe. Purdue State leading Central Methodist 40-0 in the fourth quarter there in Fayette. Missouri Valley, third ranked in America and leading the conference. They're unbeaten on the season at 5-0 in league play, 6-0 overall. It's the Vikings 15, Graceland nothing early in the second quarter there. Again, it is halftime at JFK Stadium, and the Crusaders lead 48-7 over Avila. Paul K. Lawson will be alongside next. Stick around, the Evangel Crusaders halftime show and Evangel University Sports Broadcasting Network rolls on when we come back after this. Okay. All right, you got 2 minutes still. All right. You get a picture of Jeff Madison here. On the Flintstone game. I didn't know.
Hey, Gabe.
All right.
Come here. It's, just look through here.
Oh.
For some reason, I found that it focuses better when you do that. Get in the corner and use wide angle. Get us both.
Here?
Wherever, as long as you get us.
Well, traffic.
Oh, well. Touch the, no, the button right there. Just tap it and that'll.
Ready?
Yep. Take a couple. It's digital, they're free. Okay, thank you.
All right.
60 seconds. Yeah, so who's the old fat guy in this photo, Jeff?
Nothing, though. We're both the same age. That's good.
Good for you.
Leadership used to be outside the departments, but this fall we moved it to the business department. So we have our Master of Organizational Leadership program that's offered through the business department. I used to be the coordinator of that program, but beginning this fall as well, Dr. Dwayne Prashant now is a coordinator.
Excellent. Now that's one that we are also taking online.
Yes, we have. So we've this is our 4th year that we've had the organizational leadership program. We call it hybrid, but really it's online. That allows the students who are anywhere in the country to be a part of Evangel University. That's one of the directions that we have been making a concerted effort toward in terms of offering more programs online.
How does it work? You refer to it as a hybrid. They come back to campus a couple times a year?
They come back to campus a couple times a year. It's really been a great time to be able to actually see our students. They come in July, they come in January, and we have an opportunity for 3.5 days to interact with them, and they interact with us, and allows them to really develop some solid relationships. It's amazing to me how the students who see each other for 3.5 days, they're together in their classes in the online world, but then they come back and they act like they're best friends for life.
That is the wonder of the way we have this program set up that makes it work so well.
It's been fantastic. I think that they feed off each other in terms of they stimulate each other's learning. They bring new ideas. And one of the things that's been exciting, Paul, with the organizational leadership program is that we have people who are in various walks of life. And so different types of businesses have cultures that bring unique experiences and unique ways of doing things. And so we have the church guys. I always call them the churchy guys, who are pastors and staff members of churches, or they're parachurch people, and they approach life a little bit differently than the for-profit companies, but they learn from each other.
And it's an opportunity for them to kind of grow, because everybody is going to have to get experience in other areas of life in order to continue to move up the ladder.
Exactly, that happens. And the other thing that happens is that they're able to see each other's world.
Yes.
And so the church people can see how people who are working in a for-profit company think about things a little bit differently, and the stresses and the challenges that they have. And there's also the nonprofit group. We typically have quite a few nonprofit students who are working in nonprofit agencies. It's been great to be able to learn from them.
Now, for those that live in the area, we do offer a traditional seat at Master of Organizational Leadership.
Yes, we do. We have the seated program, we have the hybrid online program, and the fortunate thing for those who are local is that they have some flexibility that they can move from one environment to another environment relatively swiftly.
So if they find themselves halfway through the program and suddenly have a job that keeps them on the road, they can flip over to the online for a while?
Exactly. And sometimes they strategically think about that. Some of our people know that there are certain seasons of the year where they travel a lot, and so they'll say, okay, during this semester I'm going to take online courses.
Very nice.
They'll move back and forth.
We're offering another online master's now in educational leadership.
Educational leadership is not yet online, but beginning this summer. So that'll be summer 2013. Educational leadership program will be hybrid, similar to our organizational leadership program. We think it's going to be a great opportunity for people who live outside of the Springfield area to have classes and still live in their community wherever they are.
That program is geared toward people wanting to move up to be
Principals, primarily, so there'll be assistant principals, and then we're looking to do some other things that we'll hopefully be announcing in the next several months with those people who want to be superintendents of schools. But that's something we can't talk about yet.
Okay, we won't. We'll look at the professional studies program. We used to call it degree completion. Primarily, it was started for people who had some college but never finished. We now actually can take people from scratch.
Exactly. We take people who have 0 hours of credits into our professional studies programs. That's one reason why we changed the name to professional studies, because quite a few of our students, typically in most terms when we have new students, we have more students who are not ready for the degree programs yet than the other programs. So we have quite a few students who have no credits or very few credits, and they're taking credits to get ready for some of our majors.
And that is a 2-year general ed, 1 night a week type of thing?
Yes, it can be 2 years. It could be 3 years. It depends on how quickly that they want to move or how many credits that they bring to the table.
Okay.
And one of the other things that we do is we offer students who have significant experience in the business world to get credit for prior learning. And some of that prior learning relates to work that they would have done in terms of professional development at their work site.
Okay. Or military?
Military. There's another opportunity for students to bring credits to the table.
Okay. And I'm sure there's a book somewhere that says if you've done this and you have taken these military courses, etc., this is how it translates into credits. It's not just picking numbers out of the air.
We don't pick them numbers out of the air. One of the things that we like to say at Evangel is that we're unquestionably academic.
Yes.
And so, yes, we have a valid academic program. Students don't get credits for nothing. They actually have to have some documented learning that's taking place.
Excellent, excellent.
You know, Paul, we have some things happening in our professional studies program. It would really be great to talk about. We started this fall a brand new major in church ministries.
Okay.
And it's been exciting. So for the first time, we're able to offer practical ministries courses at Evangel University with some of the changes that people know about that are happening. Anyway, we've begun a new cohort, and we're hoping by next summer that program will be offered not only seated, but also in an online environment, so that students anywhere in the country can get a degree from Evangel University. Now, we would really like to think about the idea of creating the Evangel Nation.
Yep.
And so with the online programs, that is really becoming a real possibility.
That program is geared towards somebody who is already working in a church or in a parachurch organization?
Or somebody who aspires to work in a church. But one of the things that we're excited about is that program leads to credentials with the Assemblies of God.
Okay.
If somebody said, I need ministerial credentials, this program will lead to that.
Excellent, excellent. And is it a 2-year program, a 4-year program?
It's just like each of our other professional studies major is 48 credits, so
okay.
it's 19 months.
Okay.
It includes a practicum, and we think it's a great program to allow people who aspire to work in church. Quite a few of our people already are working in churches,
right.
But it gives them the solid educational base that they need to really think about what it means to be a church ministries leader.
The last one that we want to talk about, you've got another new program, or fairly new, is the management program that's now being offered online.
You know, the management program has been our most significant program in the seated environment.
Right.
But beginning this fall, we began offering courses in the online world. And so that's another one of the new developments in professional studies. And so we, again, can receive students from all over the country.
How is it going?
It's going great. Ron Bogart is the coordinator of that program. He's doing a fantastic job. So we're halfway through the first semester of our first cohort in the management online program.
Well, we're just 1 week away from homecoming. We had a great week last week. And you and I, like I said, came in together. We've known each other a long time. Did you see any friends you hadn't seen in a while?
You know, Paul, there are always, it seems to be, new people. So I had some people stop by my office, so that's kind of exciting. One of the things that's new for me this year at homecoming, I ran the homecoming 5K for the first time.
Did you really?
So it's like I run all the time, but for this year it's my first time to run the homecoming 5K.
Was it fun?
It was kind of fun. You know, crazy. I finished 5th overall.
Nice.
So I'm not sure what that means, but hey, I'll take it.
Yeah, you were running against some guys who have done it a long time. Well, Jeff, it's nice to have you with us. Dr. Jeff Folks has been our guest today. He is the Director of Graduate and Professional Studies at Evangel University. And if somebody wants some more information, wants to reach you, can you give your phone number?
Certainly. At Evangel, our number is 417-865-2815. My extension would be 8260.
All right, let's do it a little slower. Grab your pencil, 417-865-2815.
And if they want to talk directly to me, I'm extension 8260.
Excellent. Or you can always go online to evangel.edu, and it's real easy to manipulate your way through the web page.
Exactly.
Jeff, appreciate you having us, taking a few minutes and joining us today on the Halftime Show.
Paul, it's my pleasure.
My name is Paul K. Logston, and we'll see you again next week on the Evangel Crusader Football Halftime Show.
All right.
Thank you, sir. All right. Yes, it's ranking out there. Are we on the air?
Yeah. Last week was the internet, which is probably just as many people anyway. Arguably more.
Yeah.
Including the video feed.
But you guys sound great.
I got it. We just blew a station ID there, didn't we? Welcome back to JFK Stadium. Ed Beach now with Wes Clay as we get set to the second half. Evangel leading Avila at the intermission 48-7 as we're moments away from starting half number 2. I don't know how if you've ever checked out an Oregon box score, but it kind of looks like that. Oregon, a team that just scores fast and scores from all over the field. They're one of those quirky teams that runs a lot fewer plays. Like they'll score 40, 50 points and do it while the opposition runs 25, 30 more plays than they do. And that's the way the first half looks. Evangel has run 27 offensive plays. They have 361 yards. Avila, 48 offensive plays. They've run 21 more plays than Evangel has through one half, and yet the Crusaders lead 48-7.
Yeah, we're just extremely efficient in our play calling and in our execution. I mean, we're spot on with our blocks. We're getting a lot of guys open downfield. But I think you go into the second half with the approach of, all right, let's build off of what we did in the first half. Let's play a good third quarter and then absolutely put it away in the fourth and get some of those national stats up. But, you got to have a lot of focus in the second half, and it's a conference game, so you never know what can happen.
Well, I tell you, too, the thought is, well, when do you put reserves in and really start kind of playing out the string? And in looking down, you still have, you want to kind of keep momentum going, and you kind of probably need to play your guys for a while longer still and keep at this pace before you really think about that. Maybe another quarter to go before that's even a thought, as Evangel will send the kickoff 7 yards deep in the end zone, and Avila will bring it out to their own 25 to begin this drive. Evangel rushed for 181 yards on 14 carries. Brimhall in the first half was 11 for 13, 180 yards, 3 TDs, no interceptions. Jesse Vaughn nearing 100 yards already. 3 catches, 98 yards, and 1 touchdown. Tommy Meyer right at 100 yards rushing on the day. For the Eagles, take the field in offense at their own 25. Hicks working from the shotgun. Has the snap. Will throw it out in the flat far side of the 25, taken across the 30. And taken down there at around the 31 as he had Davion Sullivan.
Can't rough it on the tackle on the far right side.
Hicks now 11 for 20. He threw for a 112-yard first half, 1 pick. Gain of 6 to Sullivan. 2nd and 4 for the Eagles at their own 31. And off on a draw play. It's stopped after picking up a yard or 2 is Harley Kreisman. Gain of 2, it'll be 3rd down and about a yard for the Eagles. Kreisman had 42 rushing yards in the opening half. A 3rd and 1 play for Avila. Really kind of hard to fathom this, but this is a big play for the Eagles right now.
Well, yeah, you got to get something going, especially in the third quarter.
Hicks out of the shotgun on 3rd and 1. Hand off and a draw to Kreisman, and he's stuffed and pushed back. The Evangel defense comes through again. That's going to be a loss of about a yard.
Well, I really like the focus that our defense has on third downs. There's been, Avila has converted on a couple, but for the most part, we've really shut them down and put them in 4-down situations. And now we're going to return the punt, but good job there defensively, and I really feel like we've kind of figured out some of our flaws.
Done a nice job today. Good snap this time to the punter, and Tim Gilday gets a punt that goes out of bounds far side of the 35-yard line. Well, they've had a couple of punts that have been slow and wobbly back to their guy. You got one that he could not get away, another one that was nearly blocked. That one, good sharp snap to him, and a good punt by Gilday. Evangel will have it at their own 37. They come out on offense. Crusaders entered the game ranked tops in the league in total offensive yards. The top passing attack in the conference, averaging 314 yards through the air. Brimhall, the league's top passer.
averaging 283 yards per game through the air. As it here, 1st and 10. Evangel at their own 37. I formation for the Crusaders. That's a new look so far today. Handoff Tommy Meyer, left side across the 40, and dragged down at around the 45 of the Eagles. A gain of 7 on his first run of the day. Meyer at 100 yards through the first half, 6 carried. That was his 7th, and that goes for 8.
Well, that kind of sums up our offense in general. I mean, just not many possessions, not many downs, a lot of points.
A lot of yards. And off Meyer left side. Looks for first down yardage. Has it as he's dragged down to the 50. A gain of 5 for Meyer. So he gets dragged down from behind. We mentioned his milestone, passing 2,000 yards last week. 7th player in program history to do that. 6th in Evangel's all-time rushing list. He's a ways back for 5th. There's a handoff again to Meyer. Breaks a tackle. He's at the 40, at the 35-30, and caught from behind. Dragged down to the 28. 22-yard run by Meyer.
Well, if it keeps working, just keep going to it. I mean, they have yet to stop him. And, you know, when you have Tommy Meyer in the backfield and then on the next possession you go to Otis Brown, you know, how do you stop that? That becomes a very difficult thing to do.
1st and 10 Evangel to the Avila 28-yard line. Meyer again looking for room up the middle. Tries to bounce to the outside. They don't let him free this time. He'll get a yard or 2 off to the right. Yeah, sometimes you have a guy that's just wearing you out. You see him rotate out and another guy comes in. Just by nature, you kind of sigh of relief. And you see what Otis Brown can do and realize it's no relief at all. No gain for Tommy there. And it's a 2nd and 10 play for the Crusaders at the Eagles 28. 48-7. Evangel leading big. 11:35 to go. 3rd period. Tim Hall. Hands off again to Meyer. Looking for room up the middle. Finding none. It'll go down to the 30. That's a loss of a couple. It's going to be 3rd down and long for Evangel. They've not thrown a pass in this drive. But now faced with 3rd and 11. Garrett Swan, by the way, Evangel's backup quarterback, is out. We'll see if Evangel moves Mitch McHenry as this game gets late to get time at quarterback, or if they go with another at QB. Swan with a leg injury. He's on the sideline today in crutches. Here's a handoff. Otis Brown near side. Turns the corner 30. Upended, though, as he crossed the 25 to the 24. Shy of the first down by about 5 yards. Otis Brown in the first half, 4 carries, 86 yards. It wasn't like Meyer was the only one getting yards in chunks. Had about a 7-yard run for Brown, and Evangel's field goal unit comes out. O'Kane missed from 41 earlier. This is going to be a 39-yard try from just inside the right hash mark. But yeah, Evangel's missed a field goal today. They could have had even more points in the first half. He gets that field goal. It's a 51-point half. Here's O'Kane's try, and he got this one. Good this time from Drew. A 39-yarder. And now Evangel breaks the 50-point mark. And with 10:15 to go in the 3rd, it's Evangel 51, Avila 7. We're back to JFK Stadium after this.
Brown mold to the left of the belly button. It's an innie. Please report to the press box and retrieve your appendage. They must have lost this parking further away from the stadium and walking in. Okay, we're back to the action.
Get the ball back here is early 3rd period, and the Crusaders in a commanding lead. O'Kane's field goal kickoff, end over end, goes 5 yards deep in the end zone, and the Eagles get another touchback against them again. Crusaders came in 5-2 overall, one of those 2 losses to an NCAA Division I program. Their only defeat of the year in the NAIA to Baker. Crusaders are 4-1 in conference play, ranked 17th nationally. And trying to close this game out against the Avila Eagles. Avila comes out, going from our right to our left in this third quarter. In road white, purple letters and numbers, purple helmets. Jake Hicks got the snap, and then the play whistled dead. Said Hicks, it's not. They've changed quarterbacks. This is Dominic Carmazzi. Procedure penalty, though, on their wide receiver. Logan Epley jumped for the Eagles, and it's first down and 15. Dominic Carmazzi's got a lot of playing time, a junior from Sacramento, California. He has completed 57% of his passes, 3 touchdown throws on the year. He also thrown 6 interceptions, and is confused here on where to go, and he's bowled over at the 15-yard line. He turned to hand it off, Wes, and there wasn't anybody there, and then he just got snowed under.
We've gotten more pressure in the backfield against Avila than we have against opponents all season. And we've just really stuffed kind of how they play the game and stifled their offense. But your focus now defensively is not necessarily winning your side of the ball. I mean, obviously we've done that. You're just continuing to play good defense and to put a lot of pressure in the backfield.
Handoff up the middle, going to be a gain of about 3 yards for the Eagles, but not nearly enough on a 2nd down and 20 play. It's going to be 3rd and 17. Kind of interesting that they gave a hook to Jake Hicks. It was 11 of 20 passing. But Avila just kind of going through what it's been for them, a thoroughly rotten afternoon, and making a few changes here to try to get something jump-started. Carmazzi in a pistol formation, 2 wide receivers to his right, throws it out in the flat, and it's thrown right to the turf. I'm not sure that it's scooped up by Davion Sullivan. He's only about 2 yards downfield anyway, but an incomplete pass, 4th and 17, and the Eagles look to punt. The Eagles go 3 and out. And Evangel's going to have good field position here as Jesse Vaughn stands at around the 50. A return of punt coming from Tim Gilday of the Eagles, who averages 36 yards per punt. Right now he stands inside his own 5-yard line. There's the snap. Punt is away under some pressure, and it's going to go away from Vaughn at the 48, take a big high hop, and Avila is going to down it at around the 43-yard line of Evangel. So the Crusaders will have it around midfield at their own 43-yard line. 8:43 to go in the third, and Evangel in command with a 51-7 lead. Midway through the opening quarter, really late in the opening quarter, this game looked like it might be interesting with Avila within 7 at 14-7, and Wes Angel responded to that well, not just on the offensive side of the ball, but defensive too.
Yeah, and I think we're starting to see our offense creating some momentum for our defense. I mean, they came back and they scored, made it 14-7. But then, we got a couple of stops here and there and shut them down after that. So I think we're starting to get that link between good defense and good offense.
And off Tommy Meyer up the middle. He's going to be a yard or so. As Evangel going exclusively on the ground here in the second half. Maybe try to shorten this game up a little bit. A 2-yard gain there for Tommy. And it'll be 2nd down and 8 for the Crusaders. Evangel actually started this drive at their own 45-yard line. So Avila touched it before it rolled dead at the 42. Everything goes bad. It all goes bad at once. 2nd and 8 for the Crusaders. Handoff Meyer, sweeping left side, gets across the 50 at the 45, and a first down into Avila territory at the Eagles' 40. That picks up 18.
Avila just cannot stop Tommy Meyer. And offensively, they really can't stop anything we do. And, you go into the next few games with the understanding that your offense is going to put a lot of points on the board for you. And now we go in saying, our defense has gotten a lot of stops. Let's build off of that.
1st and 10 from the Eagles' 39. Brimhall under center. Fakes the handoff, rolls near side to throw, throws it deep down the middle of the field for Vaughn into double coverage. They tackle him, and there's flags coming from everywhere. He got sandwiched between two defenders. They did not give him a chance. It's going to be a pass interference play, most likely on the Eagles.
Yeah, they weren't going to let him get another touchdown and burn them bad. They said, what the heck, throw the flag on us. We don't care.
That prevents a touchdown. 15-yard penalty's coming.
Pass interference. On defense, number 7. 15-yard penalty. Automatic first down.
Here's what's incredible about that, Wes. That was double coverage. And both guys, two guys there, and they just were not going to let him get near the ball to make a catch.
You have to. I mean, you're going to either give up yet another touchdown to Jesse Vaughn, or you're going to give your defense at least a chance to...
Well, the thing was, he did split the two guys.
Yes.
I mean, he was going to make that catch if they don't grab him. 15-yard penalty. Evangel now on a first down and play at Vaughn at the 15-yard line, and he's taken down there. But he's near a first down marker. Crusaders going from the Eagles' 24-yard line to just inside the 15. Vaughn's fourth catch of the afternoon. He's a yard shy of the first down. 2nd and 1 for Evangel from the Avila 15. 7:02 to go here in the third. Brimhall. Handed off to Tommy Meyer. Gets to the outside of the 15. Caught from behind and dragged down to the 13-yard line. But a first down carry there for the senior out of West Plains. Couple of yards for Tommy Meyer, but enough for the first. He's above 152 yards for him on the afternoon, or at least above 150. First and 10, Evangel at the Eagles' 13. Brimhall out of shotgun on 1st and 10. As the snap, looks near side to throw. Heaves it for the end zone near side, and it's overthrown. Was looking for McHenry. Went over everybody's head and out of bounds on the far side.
Looks like McHenry kind of maybe changed the route that Brimhall was thinking he was going to run. Miscommunicated in the back of the end zone there, but either way, pass thrown out of the end zone.
2nd and 10 now for the Crusaders at the Eagles' 14-yard line. Brimhall hands off Meyer left side, looking for room on the far side and can't find any. Wrestled down to the 15. On a play the Eagles read well. Misdirection, and they flowed all the way to the right. Meyer had no chance to turn upfield. Goes down for a loss of a yard to the 15. So, third down, call it 12 to go from the 15-yard line of the Eagles. Angel sends two wide outs to the right. Tight end to the right side, a wide receiver to the left. Brimhall under center with Tommy Meyer behind him. Brimhall fakes the handoff to Meyer, now under pressure, rolls near side and is sacked. Leave that was Chance Albersworth, who came flying in to get him. As the Eagles push Evangel way back, as Brimhall taken down to the 27-yard line of Avila. They're going to set up a long field goal try for O'Kane. Well, loss of 12 on the play.
Well, they have something to celebrate now.
They did, quite emphatically. Now O'Kane will try to put points on the board for Evangel. This is a 44-yard attempt from the middle of the field. O'Kane has missed one today for 41, but connected earlier from 39. A high snap, but McHenry got it down, and the field goal try wide left, no good. O'Kane comes up empty there, but it's still 51-7. Evangel in front. And the Eagles will retake possession. And the great thing about O'Kane, you don't mind it when he misses a long try that much because he's got good mentality as a kicker. One of those guys with a perfect short memory on those because he's every bit as confident every time he goes out there. You do not see him shaky on those type tries like you see other guys at this level.
Well, yeah, before his record kick, at 53, he missed a 39-yarder.
Right.
And so he really doesn't. He has a short memory, and you just throw him out there and you say, hey, kick it, and we'll trust you to make the kick. But O'Kane definitely a huge part of our offense.
Karmazi's throw out in the flat goes incomplete as it's at the knees of Sullivan, who doesn't hang on to the ball. It drops to the turf incomplete. 2nd 10 for the Eagles. Dominic Karmazi came in the last series for Avila. Eagles at their own 28-yard line. Maybe the 27-yard line. 4:49 to go, third period. Evangel with a commanding lead. Hicks make it to Karmazi with a snap back to throw. Dumps it over the middle, complete to the 31-yard line. And Evangel wrestles the receiver down to the 34, shy of the first down. The catch that time coming from Darrell Dunston. Doesn't have enough. It's going to be 3rd down and 2. Dunston, though, able to get 8 yards on the play. 3rd down and 2 coming up for the Eagles. At their own 35-yard line. Karmazi again out of the pistol. Takes the snap. Hands it off and around the middle. It's going to be stuffed to the 35-yard line. No gain. A handoff for Muter, and the Crusaders right there get the stop. 4th down and 2 for Avila.
And another big 3rd down stop. And we've seen that several times today from our defense.
Punt team comes out for the Eagles. Tim Gilday, a senior at Leawood, Kansas, does their punting and kicking. He'll knock this one away, stands at his own 20, and again, Evangel with a chance at good field position. Gilday, though, is when he's gotten them off, has hit a couple of good ones. And this one angling down far side, bounces backwards, though, and Avila will make the stop as it hit the 40, kicked upfield, and it'll be down to the 44-yard line, and Evangel will have it at their own 44, leading 51-7. Now, 3rd period with 3:21 to go in the 3rd. Evangel offense retakes the field. Andrew Brimhall, junior out of Cordova, Tennessee, entered the game having completed 59% of his passes, but he has had a very efficient day. 12 of 15 through the air this afternoon. 1st and 10, Evangel at their own 44. 3 wideouts to the right for Brimhall. He has the snap, hands it off to Marlon Bailey left side, makes a cut upfield, and gets about 3 or 4 yards to the Eagles' 48.
Scoreboard is up and fully operational.
That's an update we'd like to hear. Haven't been able to take that for granted this year, or today, for that matter. What seems trivial if you're just joining us, actually kind of a big deal right now. 2nd and 7 for Evangel at their own 47-yard line. Brimhall hands it off again to Bailey. Looking for room near side, gets it across the 50. Slips by a defender, 45 of Avila, and is dragged down to the 40-yard line of the Eagles. A 1st down carry for Marlon Bailey.
Well, Marlon Bailey is a guy who, in between Tommy Meyer and Otis Brown, is a very good running back. And he's definitely going to be a huge asset for us next year. And just a great run there. A guy that he's kind of a mix between power and speed. He certainly has both, but as you see there, very strong kid.
Averaging 40 yards a game with limited carries. Has another one here and spins off a man at the 40-yard line, gets about a yard upfield to the 39 before he's stopped. Bailey has a touchdown run of the year, just a sophomore out of Fern Park, Florida. Gain of 1, it's going to be 2nd and 9. 2 minutes to go in the period. 2nd and 9 for the Crusaders at the Avila 39-yard line. Brimhall will go to the shotgun. Position of running back Marlon Bailey to his left and just a little behind him. He'll take the snap, throw it out in the flat far side, and skies it to Otis Brown. It's kind of missed on the throw. It'll be 3rd down and 9.
When you got a guy like Tommy Meyer, who's a senior, he's been here 4 years. He's been a huge part of our Evangel program. You kind of set a standard for your back, and just a great leader on the team. And I think guys like Marlon and Otis are going to follow that leadership. When they get older in this program and reach that level of maturity.
Play action fake for Brimhall. Throws a deep ball down the middle of the field, and it is just through the hands, incomplete, of Mitch McHenry, who was down inside the 5-yard line. Good throw by Brimhall under the pressure. The pocket was collapsing. He got some contact as he threw it. It comes up empty. 4th and 9, and O'Kane comes out. They're going to try a field goal here. This is going to be, he's already at the school record at 53. This to try to break it at 56. Boy, this could be a highlight for the season if he gets this. A 56-yard try by O'Kane. Why not? The one he got from 53 was by plenty. You know he's got the leg. Here it comes. The snap, the hold. O'Kane's kick on the way. It is going to be long enough but wide left. No good. He gave it a ride. Just pushed it a little left. Wait a minute.
We may read.
We may. I don't see a penalty flag, but everybody's staying out.
Yeah, there's a flag in the center.
Okay.
Right where the...
By your tailman. You play 4th down.
It's not funny if you're Avila.
Nothing has gone their way today. Nothing.
Even when Evangel rolls the dice, they run into O'Kane and give him another shot. This is going to be a 51-yard attempt. This is still going to be a long way out. He had the distance in the first try. Evangel's going to try it again. A 51-yard attempt from O'Kane. They wait for the snap. There it is, the hold from McHenry. O'Kane's field goal. It is going to be long enough and
wide right.
No, he just missed it off to the right.
He is everywhere around it. He's just not quite in there. And Coach Elam talking to him down on the sideline, encouraging him. And there's that wind blowing to the left, and Drew's kind of had problems in the past hooking the ball.
But you got to smile that one off. That looked good.
Yeah.
51, and after you've kind of been run into. Avila takes over now at their own 34-yard line, trailing 51-7. Minute 24 to go in the third. Delay handoff. Going to get bounced outside to the 35. And then James Russell pushed out at around the 41, his own 41, after gaining about 7 or 8 yards. Oh, that a gain of 8. Eagles have kind of spread the ball out among their running backs. They've rushed for a decent team total today. Fortunately for Avila, it hasn't meant much. 2nd down and 2 to go for Avila at their own 41-yard line. Carmazzi fakes a handoff, rolling right, looks downfield, throws on the run, and hits his target, who bobbles it, and then a ball came out. Incomplete pass, and it's going to be 3rd down and about 3.
Ethan Smith put a hard hit in the Avila receiver.
That was the tight end, Colton Borland.
Able to jostle the ball loose.
And you bobble it, you're kind of asking for a defensive back to nail you and dislodge the ball. That's just what happened. 3rd down and 3.
Ethan Smith put a hit on a guy who was a lot bigger than he was.
Yeah, Borland, the tight end. He's 6'2", 230.
Looks like it hurt both of them.
So 3rd down and 3. Carmazzi rolling to his right to throw, looking downfield, throws on the run, and completes the pass for 1st down. The ball came out. I think he's going to be allowed to keep possession and get a 1st down reception. Pass complete on the far side. Logan Epley with a catch. Wait a minute, they're going to say no.
Take another look at that.
He bobbled. The ball came out as he went out of bounds. And it's going to be a punting situation for the Eagles. Evangel punched that ball out and didn't allow him to kind of tuck it in.
Yeah, Christian Mendez over on that far sideline making a nice play. Had possession of it, and then he just kind of hits the back of it. And it's a nice play.
It was a great effort there to prevent the 1st down. And a punt now from Tim Gilday. Snap back to him. Angles the punt to the far sideline. Jesse Vaughn will run over and make a catch at his own 15. Upfield to the 20 and taken down there. And Evangel will have it at their own 20-yard line with 42 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter, leading 51-7. Angel has been in control at a 48-7 lead at the half, a 21-7 at the end of 1 quarter, put up 27 points in the 2nd period. And Angel's offense will retake the field at their own 20-yard line. They have worked the 2nd half quickly with primarily a running game. Brimhall will work from the shotgun as the snap rolls near side to throw it. Looks downfield, throws on the run, looking for Vaughn near side. It's tipped away, incomplete. A nice defensive play there by Joe Scott, senior defensive back, who leaped up and swatted it away from Vaughn, incomplete. Brimhall 12 of 18 in the day, but has not gone to the air much in this 2nd half. 2nd and 10 now, the Crusaders at their own 20-yard line. Going to throw the ball out in the flat to Vaughn to the 20, upfield to the 25, gets a block, shakes a tackler at the 30, at the 35, at the 40. Scampers down the near side and out of bounds, right around midfield at the 50, as Jesse Vaughn gashes the Eagles again, this time for 30 yards.
Jesse Vaughn making a nice, strong play there, but also Mitch McHenry on this near side, giving Vaughn a nice block, as we see there in the replay, and he's able to get some more yardage.
That's a lot of the little things taken care of there by Mitch McHenry. We talked about his catches and his play at wide receiver. The little things and blocking downfield there. Now Brimhall, play action fake from the 50, going deep down the middle of the field and overthrows everybody. Looking for McHenry deep. The ball about 20 yards beyond him. It's going to be 2nd and 10.
Not quite sure there. I think there was a little miscommunication on the route. McHenry was open underneath his defenders, but Brimhall just let it go. Kind of flew it over him.
He went over the top instead of going underneath. It's 2nd and 10 now for Evangel. Ball spotted right at the 50-yard line. This will be the last play of the 3rd quarter. Brimhall, handoff Otis Brown. Makes a cut up field, spun down, and he gets across the 45 to about the 43-yard line of Avila before he stopped. A gain of 7 to end the quarter. We go to the 4th period. It's Evangel 51, Avila 7. We're back after this. Let's do 16 with it.
This house was almost saved from a fire that was almost put out by neighbors who almost volunteered. As generous a nation as we are, sometimes instead of giving, we almost give. But almost giving is the same as not giving at all.
15, Otis Brown on the carry. We come back and another pickup for Otis Brown in the carry to start the fourth period. Evangel leading 51-7. And Brown gets a nice pickup. 21-yard carry by Otis Brown, who's past the 100-yard mark rushing today with only about 7 carries. And Evangel has a 1st and 10 of the Avila 22-yard line. Brimall, a short drop, fires a pass near side, complete to Tony Sutton, who's spun down to the 20, gaining about 3 yards. Seeing Sutton on the field for the first time in a while. A nice catch by Sutton gives Evangel a couple of positive yards. Sutton had a TD catch early in the year, a freshman out of Orlando. 2nd and 8 after a gain of 2. Stephen Williams in the backfield for Evangel. First time for him at running back. Freshman out of Naples, Florida. 2 wide receivers to the right. Williams gets the call. Looking for room right side. Gets to the 20. Pushes his way to the 19 before he's taken down.
Williams, a freshman, 5'7", 165. Small fella, but
he can fly.
Yes, from North Naples, Florida, where he was a state champ in track.
He has been used on special teams as Williams. In the return team a few times, coverage team a few times. He has a fumble recovery. Brimall to the air, throws, it's incomplete. Broken up as he looks for Brown to the 15-yard line. It's going to be 4th down and 7 for Evangel. I think O'Kane may get another shot at points. Drew O'Kane does come out. Evangel really does not have a true backup quarterback in this game, I don't believe. With Garrett Swan out, Mitch McHenry, and I'm not sure they want to really put him in that role today. This is going to be a 37-yard try from O'Kane right in the middle of the field. Not much of a wind today, a beautiful fall afternoon. O'Kane's field goal try. This time is perfect. O'Kane adds to Evangel's lead. A 34-yarder. It's the Crusaders 54, Avila 7. Timeout on the field. We're early 4th period, and we are back after this.
This is Sarah Watkins. A lot of people almost helped her. One almost cooked for her. Another almost drove her to the doctor. Still another almost stopped by to say hello. They almost helped. They almost gave of themselves. But almost giving is the same as not giving at all.
This is going to be Jordan Bishop kicking off for Evangel this time. Jordan Bishop out of Sheridan, Michigan, I believe. Transfer from Wheaton. Gets the kickoff away. Will be caught by the Eagles and dropped at their own 9. They're going to hand it off on a reverse to Davion Sullivan. Gets to the outside 20, 25, and tackled at the 30. So the Eagles will have it at their own 30-yard line. And West, they're out of the game, but one thing about it, they've not really gotten anything going at all second half offensively. And I kind of think that they're in a little bit of a desperate mode here, trying to find some offense and get something positive out of this afternoon. May have a penalty here, the officials are talking, but West, they've got to get something going here just to kind of salvage something today.
Well, even if not for today, something to look back on film and say, okay, we can build off of this.
Ricky Jackson, number 4, red, 15-yard penalty, automatic stop.
Not sure what we had there after the play, but they've ejected Marlon Bailey.
Well, see if we can get that on replay and find out what went on there.
Question will be if that carries over to next week. The referee comes over to talk to the Evangel sideline with Bailey standing close by. There was nothing obvious that transpired on the end of that kickoff return run. 15-yard penalty will put Avila with the ball at their own 45-yard line.
That's definitely something that you never really want to see, though, is an ejection.
Yeah, and a penalty there at all, really a personal foul of that nature, is Kreisman gets bumped out of bounds, going a yard upfield on the far side. The 2nd down and 9 for the Eagles coming up. This is a game that's kind of odd in that the emotion has been drained out of it a long time ago. I mean, you have some games where you've got some heated moments that are inevitably going to occur. And things like that can happen and you accept them. In a game like this, it's a little bit tougher to take. You almost have to work at it a little harder to keep discipline there, but you didn't exactly see what occurred. 2nd and 9 for the Eagles. Karmazi back to throw out of the shotgun, dumps it off and throws it at the feet of his intended receiver and complete. And it's 3rd and 9 already for Avila.
Yeah, and then you're kind of battling with, do I leave my starters in right now? Because Avila is dealing with a lot of frustration. And, sometimes that spills over.
Right, exactly, which is inevitably what probably happened in that infraction. 3rd and 9 for the Eagles. Karmazi back to throw. Fires a pass near side complete, but tackle made immediately by Antoine Palmer to take down the receiver. Only gets about 2 yards on the reception. It's going to be 4th down and 7.
Well, there's another 3rd down stop that we've talked about a lot this game, and we've seen our defense really play well for 3 quarters, and something that we haven't seen really all year from this Crusader defense.
Sullivan with a reception, but only about a 3-yard pickup. 4th and 7. Tim Gilday punting it away, and they run into him. There's a flag. A ball bounces at the 17-yard line, takes an Avila roll, then down. This may be roughing. Yeah. Not that they really teed off on him, but they ran into him, and it wasn't just a bump that knocked him over. It wasn't a violent collision by any means, but that may be enough to say it's 15 and not 5.
Tony Sutton, it looked like he hit him or he made contact. He had so much momentum going forward.
Yeah.
And here's the call.
Running into the kicker, on Evangel, number 41. That penalty is declined. 1st down.
Okay, not the roughing, instead of just running into. And they're going to decline the penalty because they probably think that we couldn't get a better punt than that.
Yeah. I think what happened there was Sutton just kind of hit him, and he's like, well, I'm already done for, so he just kind of followed through with the hit. But that's something that comes with a blowout. A lot of discipline kind of gets thrown out the window, and you just kind of play the game loosely.
Brimhall, it's a handoff up the middle, right side. This is Williams, gets to the 15, spins forward to about the 17, gain about 3 yards on the run. The Crusaders keeping it on the ground. This also burns a little time as well. We're still a long way to go. 11:20 remaining in the game. Evangel leading 58, or make it 54-7. 2nd down and 7 for the Crusaders. They're at their own 17. Evangel going from our right to our left in this 4th quarter. Brimhall out of the shotgun. Hands it off again to Williams. Makes a cut back upfield. Stopped at the 19-yard line, gaining 2. Williams is going to be an interesting prospect, maybe a fun prospect to watch with the speed and shiftiness. A very good Naples high school program in Florida. They've been state contenders for a couple of years, and just one of those high schools in Florida loaded with talent. Class 6 there, too, so it's the highest level in that state. It's got a lot of great football in it. Brimhall to the air, and a pass broken up right to the 1st down marker on the far side, incomplete. Pass intended for Hebert right at the first down marker, and it's going to be a fourth down play, and the Crusaders must punt.
I think one thing that Coach Elam has done a fantastic job on is really developing the program. He's got a lot of talent, and in his first couple of years, that talent, they were freshmen, sophomores, they immediately had to go onto the field and be expected to produce. And now what's starting to happen as
there's a block punt from Booker. It's recovered in the end zone by the Eagles for a touchdown. They got to Booker, blocked it, and it's recovered in the end zone by Justin Davies to put Avila onto the scoreboard here in the second half. Good rush there by the Eagles. They got all over Booker, and he never had a chance to get it off.
Well, they brought them all, and just unable to get a block in there, but we have a lot of young guys who are coming up in this Evangel program who are going to get to learn from guys like Tommy Meyer, Jesse Vaughn, Andrew Bremhall, and even Tyler Preffett, Keith Wright on that offensive line, Bo Mabe. So, it's nice to see that, and it's good to see that program development, getting good talent in and getting them some playing time, but not throwing them into the fray and saying, all right, you have to produce now. So I think we've really developed that since Coach Elam has been here.
They've had to do that the last couple of years. The Gilday extra point is good. Still middle fourth quarter. It's Evangel 54, now Avila 14. Timeout on the field. We will be back in a minute.
Can I help you, sir?
Found these over by the stairs.
Okay, thank you.
What are they?
Love handles. Lots of people lose them taking the stairs instead of the escalator.
It back out to their own 25-yard line with a 54-14 lead now on the Eagles here with around 10:22 to go in our fourth period. Talking about this, some of the youth on the Evangel roster and the development of this team the last couple of years. We've seen the depth now really kind of play a factor. Evangel with a handful of injuries. It's not like they've been a really healthy team through this year, but you've seen the depth now start to build a little bit because Evangel was devastated with injuries a year ago. Once they lost one or two key playmakers, they didn't really have anybody to back them up. Andrew Brimhall handing off to Williams, looking for him, makes a cut up field and is taken down to the 29, a 4-yard run by the freshman. So last year, you lose just a couple of guys on either side of the ball. It made a very big difference. And now you've got, and really in the future, Wes, you look at this roster and a team that could be healthier next year, and they'll have considerably better depth than they will this season. Brimhall back to throw, pumps once, now fires over the middle, caught, dropped by Booker, and nearly made a nice grab, leaping into the air in midfield, but could not hang on. It's going to be 3rd and 6.
He comes up with that. That's a nice catch as he reached across his body in the air, just not able to come down with. But, even when I look on the sidelines here, you see Austin Osbury, Blake Moss, and Tyrell Hemingway, who are all three major contributors to this team who are out with injuries. So
Rich Jenkins, who never had a chance, really. He got to play in a couple of games and now is out again.
And you're always, the nature of the game is dealing with injuries for the most part, and there's a ball that was...
Brimhall aired it out down the near sideline. No one there. It's incomplete and 4th and 6.
That's the nature of the game, dealing with injuries, but when you have depth like we have, when you have guys who can step up and make plays, and you want to be healthy all the time. You want to have every guy that you planned on having out there in the field, but it's just not, it's not going to happen, and we're seeing that depth like we've talked about.
Booker with a good punt. Avila will field it at their own 20-yard line, and Davion Sullivan tackled at his own 25 and stopped there. Eagles will have the ball back with 9:33 to play. Evangel has had 2 field goals here in the fourth quarter. The Avila special teams with a touchdown. Crusaders still in control, a 54-14 lead midway through the final quarter. Evangel closing in on being 6-2, 5-1 in the conference, and win their 4th straight game, something they had not done since 2005. And a couple of 4-game win streaks that season, but did not get to a 5-game win streak. Next week, by the way, we're at Central Methodist in Fayette. 1 o'clock kickoff, and we're on the air at 12:45 a week from today. Karmazi with a handoff up the middle. Avila will drive their way across the 30 to their own 31-yard line. Still kind of looking to get something positive going on their day offensively. And 2nd down and 6. Dominic Karmazi in at quarterback. Came in early in the third quarter of this game. He's back to throw, flushed down to the pocket, rolling near side, looking downfield, and he lobs it incomplete. Looking for his tight end, Colton Borland. Tried to lob it over the top of a defender, and Borland could not make the catch. Central Methodist, the opponent next week. We hit the road for the first time in a couple of weeks.
Doesn't really matter what sport you play. Central Methodist is always kind of a hard place to perform at.
There's a roundabout way to get there, at least from here. Eagles have had what has to be for them a little bit of a disappointing season to this point. Here's Karmazi on an option play. He's going to tuck it under, looking downfield, gets across the 35 and scampers out of bounds at the 42-yard line. A Crusader went down behind the play on defense, injured. Lamar Allen kind of went down in a heap. He was there to kind of make a play, and then his legs gave out from under him. But Karmazi with a scramble gets to his own 42. Eagles are 2-5 in the season, 2-4 overall. Playing Peru State today. Peru State and Central Methodist, they're both option teams. We've hardly thrown it much on the season, except at least when Peru State saw us. Handoff near side, taken to the 47-yard line. Nick Mooter once again gets to his own 47. That's going to be a gain of 7 yards for him. That game between the Peru State Bobcats and Central Methodist Eagles started at 1 o'clock. That may have been over for about an hour or so. I have a feeling that was a quick-moving game.
Yeah.
They don't put it in the air much. Option attacks head-to-head. In last check, Peru State's winning that game big, though. 2nd down and 4 for the Eagles. Back to throw, Karmazi fires a ball deep far side, and it's caught by Sullivan, who goes out of bounds at the far sideline at the Evangel 28. 30-yard pickup, and Karmazi's longest pass play of the day.
You wonder why they brought out Hicks.
I still kind of do, as it wasn't like he was the reason why their offense was sputtering.
Their offensive line kind of broke down.
Yep.
And he made some nice plays, but they kind of yanked him out.
Fake a handoff. Karmazi rolling near side, throws on the run, completes the pass to the 16, and spinning forward for the first down is Trey Swager, their tight end. A good-looking ball thrown by Karmazi as Swager makes the reception and a gain of 12. First and 10 for the Eagles now at the 13-yard line of Evangel. Hicks in the first half was 10 of 19, 112 yards. Yeah, one interception that was really costly. Here's Karmazi, who's going to tuck it under and run, gets to the 10, gets a block, dives the pylon, and he's just out of the goal line, but should have a first down run, setting up a 1st and goal from inside the 5-yard line at about the 1. Or did they change that? Did they say he scored? I think they gave a late touchdown signal.
Yeah, they gave it to him. Because he just kind of rolled over the pylon on the far side. And I tell you what, 54-20 looks a lot better than 54-7.
Really late signal on the touchdown but they do credit it to Carmazzi. Now the extra point from Gilday. It is up, and it's good. With 6:47 to go in the game, it's Evangel 54, the Avila Eagles 21. Avila getting a little closer, but Evangel still in command as Carmazzi gets a scramble for the touchdown score. We're back with a kickoff when we return after this. All right.
These kids almost had a new community center. A contractor almost volunteered to build it. A carpenter almost worked on the crew. And everyone else almost gave at the fundraiser. They almost gave. Almost. And these kids? Well, they almost stayed out of trouble.
Come back after the kickoff from Avila, and a good return by Josh Booker gives Evangel the ball at their own 41-yard line. 6:39 to go in the game. Evangel leading Avila 54-21. The Crusaders looking to close this game out. Came into the game ranked 17th nationally. 5-2 their record, 4-1 in the conference. Look to win their 4th in a row. The first time in 7 years they've done that. Lamar Allen being helped off and not under his own power a little bit ago. Mitch McHenry in at quarterback. There's a handoff to Williams, who has near a first down carry. Running near side, tackled at his own 48. That's going to be a first down run, an 11-yard carry for Stephen Williams. Mitch McHenry gets his first action at quarterback now for Evangel. McHenry moving from wide receiver now to QB. 3 wide receivers to his right, running back to his right. He's going to hand it off to Williams on a run near side. He'll get across the 50, taken down to the Avila 49. Gain of a couple there for the freshman running back and Stephen Williams, who's been busy here in this fourth quarter. Good to see Mitch in at QB, where he started the season, at least in training camp, moved to wide receiver before the first game. Hand off, up the middle, it'll go for about a yard.
Well, maybe Mitch will join the baseball team, be a pitcher.
I'm not sure that, well, who knows? Depends on what his future looks like beyond this. He's a 5th-year senior, of course, collegiately. He could probably do it. Back to throw, McHenry. Rolls to his right, throws on the run, and just misses Booker at the 30-yard line. And Mitch goes to the air with his first pass attempt of the year. Comes up empty. It's going to be 4th down and 6. And Evangel's punt team is going to come on. McHenry had a good spring game at quarterback, and this is really his first pass thrown in a game since then. Josh Booker will punt. Try to pin the Eagles deep with 5:20 to go in regulation. Snap back for Booker. Punt is away, wobbly, angling to the far side. Will hit the 15, take an Evangel roll and get to the end zone. Oh, the Eagles will bring it back out on the touchback punt. Avila will have it. 5:11 remaining in this game. We talk about playing Central Methodist next week. They had 18 returning starters from a team that went 6-4 last year. That's why we say that to them they've got to be a little disappointed at being 2-4 right now and 2-5 overall. They were last check getting gashed at Peru State. But they'll be a formidable opponent next week. Really doesn't matter. And they dominated Evangel in last year's game.
Yeah, there's still a little bit. We still have a lot to prove. Last year, at the time we played Peru State, we then went on I believe a 4 or 5 game losing streak. So, you know, we got to come back and kind of get revenge against those teams that beat us last year.
Avila calling a timeout here. 5:11 left. It's the Crusaders 54 and the Eagles 21. Timeout called. We're back in a minute. That was awesome. That was like a TV timeout.
Check it out, man.
What is that?
It looks like someone's belly. Probably lost it walking on the beach.
Man, just leave it. Let's go.
Back at JFK Stadium, Avila throwing a pass after the timeout that's going to go incomplete to the far side. Crusaders 54, Avila 21 with 5 minutes to go in this game. Eagles about to drop under 500. They came in 3-3 in the season, 1-3 in the conference. And Evangel has them in a big hole. Crusaders scored early, getting on the scoreboard just 44 seconds into the game on their second play from scrimmage on a Tommy Meyer 59-yard run. Would score again 4 minutes later. Back to throw, Carmazzi scrambles forward, now he's going to run, gets to his own 25, cuts near side toward the sideline, and then ducks out of bounds at the 28. Shy of the first down marker by 2 yards.
Carmazzi, 6'2", 215. He's a big guy, but he can also move. Right there showing you his speed and agility. But both Hicks and Carmazzi, juniors, will be going into their senior year next year.
See if that gets settled in that position next spring. 3rd down and 1 for Avila. Carmazzi's going to hand it off up the middle. And the running back is tripped right as he got to the first down marker. I think he's going to have about a first down. In fact, does. That was James Russell, tripped up as he got across the 30, getting just enough for a first down. 1st and 10 Eagles. 4:15 to go in this game with Evangel in a commanding lead. And looking at Lamar Allen's knee at the Evangel sideline, Crusaders defensive back. There's a handful of interceptions coming in. There's a handoff again. Russell left side, tackled from behind at his own 33, a gain of 2. Not really at a point necessarily with either the program or the part of the season where you really care or worry too much about the national rankings. Said a couple of weeks ago, you just win and let it take care of itself. However, this will be kind of an impressive statement if it holds like it is. Back to throw, Carmazzi throws deep near side, and a catch made to the 49 and taken out of bounds on the near sideline by Darrell Dunston.
Yeah, and you know, your focus obviously isn't on that. Your focus is getting to the postseason. And even more specific than that, it's Central Methodist. Once you get past Central Methodist, then it's Mo Valley. And, you know, Mo Valley, I think, obviously, we have to go into Central Methodist and beat up on them. And that's going to be tough, but I think Mo Valley, you know, that is a very good ball club. And, you know, we've made a couple of statements for our program here this year, but I think, you know, you played well against Avila. I think you go in against Central Methodist, 4-game winning streak. You know, I think you got a good chance, and then you got Mo Valley, but definitely the postseason is on your mind at this point.
Injured Avila player in the field. Not see a number there as they attend to him with back at what was the line of scrimmage at around the Avila 30-yard line. Eagles are going to have it at their own 49-yard line here. with 3:22 to go in regulation time. But I thought that was, and it is, their tight end, Colton Borland. He was up now and will go off under zone power. The Crusaders really in a position to do some good things. And again, they've not had a game like this. I mean, they've had put a lot of points up on the board against some teams, but have given up some as well. And they've also had, even against a Peru State game last week, that game was really decided in the final minutes. Carmazzi with a shotgun snap, hands it off far side. This is Russell, gets to the 50-yard line, and then taken down there for a gain of about 2 yards. Evangel took on a Friends team to start the year, had a nice lead there, kind of held them off and won by 13. The Culver-Stockton game wasn't really this kind of a blitz either. Evangel kind of pulled away in that game late, but that didn't really have the true blowout sense or feel that this game had. 2nd and 7 for the Eagles. Armazi again working from the shotgun. Armazi takes a snap, back to throw. He's a deep ball down the near sideline, and it's going to be overthrown and complete. The Graceland game, Wes, was a 35-14 win for Evangel, which is a really deceiving score when you remember that game.
Yeah, when we played Graceland, we kind of struggled. It was our first. Well, it was the first time we had beaten Graceland since 2001 or 2002.
At their place, anyway.
At their place. So, but no, it was a lot closer. We were able to kind of pull away from them.
The Yellow Jackets actually outgained Evangel in that game. The Crusaders had fewer yards than Graceland did, despite winning 35-14.
But in the true sense of blowing someone out, I mean, this game has kind of had that feel from the get-go.
It did.
But for the first time this year, I think we really needed that.
Armazi throws over the middle. It's going to be complete to Sullivan. A flag way downfield. Armazi tackled for the first down pickup at the Evangel 40. But a flag is about 18 yards upfield from that. We'll see what that's about. The field judge is the one that placed it way downfield. There wasn't really anybody in the neighborhood when he laid it down. I'm not really sure what that could be. Of course, there was a route that direction, and then the play went back upfield, so we'll see what they decide or what they saw.
Pass interference on the offense, number 85. Went downfield and blocked. On a pass that went beyond the line of scrimmage. 15-yard penalty. 3rd down.
Hit the defender too quick, and at 12-yard pass completion for the first down, erased. It won't stand, and Avila goes backwards. That's kind of a demoralizing penalty there, Wes. I mean, they go from the plus 40 now to their own 37.
Well, I think the demoralization happened earlier in
it did.
the overall, but yeah, very demoralizing. I mean, once the Avila has had nothing go right for them, and
now nothing right here as Carmazzi gets sacked. Pocket collapsed around him, and Evangel able to bring him down. Kalen Hayes in there, along with a couple of Crusaders up front, including looked like Jamar Johnson and Josh Lone. And now 4th down and long, and the Eagles look to punt. See if they even entertain the notion of getting it anywhere near Jesse Vaughn. Snap back. The punt comes away from their own 20-yard line. A booming punt. That's going to sail over Vaughn's head. It's going to bounce to the 20 or 10, go straight up, then kick off of an Eagle and go into the end zone. And you're right, when it rains it pours, because they had that ball down to about the 5, and they wound up knocking it into the end zone and a touchback. And the Eagles just kind of shake their head. And it's one of those days when you just want to take the DVD that will be produced from this game and smash it into 100 pieces, if you're in purple and white, I think. Because even that play, which is kind of tailor-made to do something positive in, winds up blowing up.
Well, Evangel also has put so much pressure on their offense and forced them to make the plays. So, we've caused a lot of things to go wrong for them, but football's a funny game. But definitely you kind of see how the game has gone from the score.
90 seconds to go. A handoff up the middle to Stephen Williams. He'll get 3 yards, taking the handoff from Mitch McHenry. Evangel will wind down the clock and run out this game. Here's the thing for the Eagles. And West, we've had days in sports like this. This is a better Avila team than what showed today. And that's what's tough for, I'm sure, the guys from Kansas City to swallow.
Well, when you know that you're a better team than what you perform, you're frustrated, you're angry, and you start to press more. In the first half, you're like, oh man, we came out here and we got hit. So now you're kind of frustrated, you're trying to press, you're trying to make plays, and then you just dig yourself into a hole. And by that time, you're just done for.
It just went from bad to worse for them today, and Evangel now can take a knee and run out the clock. They ran a play, they got it to 48 seconds, and now can run this thing out as the final 35 seconds will tick away, and the Crusaders are a half a minute away from winning their 4th consecutive game. They'll be 6-2. They'll be 5-1 in the heart of America. Avila will go to 3-4 and 1-4 in conference play. The Crusaders will win it, and the win streak continues for Evangel. Back-to-back home wins last week on homecoming over Peru State, and a big, emphatic win today over Avila. Your final score, the Crusaders 54, Avila 21, in a game that really wasn't even that close. Evangel a winner, and when we return, our post-game show, brought to you by the Assemblies of God Credit Union, we'll visit with the head coach, Brenton Elam, and wrap it up when we return in a moment.